Can you imagine Park Meadows as an office?
North Carolina.
It could be a fulfillment. I mean, Amazon should look at that because it could be everything.
Yeah.
It could be their warehouse. Shit, they got docks everywhere.
Those cheeky clean feels, that ultra strong hype is all for reals. Those TV rolls got me a Charmin clean took it. Cheek to cheek, feeling oh so shook it.
Charmin Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
Colorado's congressional delegation wants President Biden to review the decision moving U.S. Space Command from Colorado Springs to Huntsville, Alabama.
The delegation sent President Biden a letter citing evidence President Trump's political considerations influenced the decision. Colorado Springs Republican Congressman Doug Lamborn says Biden must reverse the decision and keep Space Command in Colorado Springs for the good of our nation. And this is one area Congresswoman Lauren Boebert disagrees with the former president. She tweeted that given our state's military intelligence and space capabilities, it defies logic to move U.S. Space Command.
Reporter Brenda Stewart. Besides your picture, what image should be on your Colorado driver's license? The Department of Revenue wants input. 6 finalists are images of Mount Sneffels, the Maroon Bell, Sprague Lake, and an American bison. You can get more information on voting on the DMV's website. The deadline is February 5th. Sports: Avs beat the Sharks 7-3 last night. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Merrill.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, lots of trouble spots in the drive across town. Got a crash involving several vehicles southbound I-25 at Lincoln Avenue. 2 right lanes are blocked. Watch out for solid backups. Still delays downtown due to that stalled out semi blocking the center lane southbound I-25 south of 23rd near Empower Field. Left lane's blocked due to a wreck on westbound C-470 at Morrison Road. Watch out for backups there. Crash being cleared off highway at Buckley and Arapahoe as well. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Going to be areas of fog this morning, then sunny, a high today of 40. Right now we have clearing skies, and we're sitting at 21 with your impact traffic and weather.
So they would have cashed me out of any margin that I had involved in there. Regardless, they would have sold other securities. They have when you owe them money, they have full account over your account. They can liquidate you. They can do whatever the fuck they want so they get their margin money back. So that's what happened to a lot of these hedge funds. You know, they've got a $3 billion bet going there, but it's only $1 billion in cash. Yeah, and $2 billion of it is being borrowed. So boom, all of a sudden it goes up. Whoever they're using as a brokerage house goes, we're calling that shit.
Why doesn't the brokerage house say we know it's going to go back down? We'll be fine.
Well, because they don't give a shit. It's their money. I mean, it's their fucking money. That's part of the agreement. All they give a shit about is getting their money back.
Our 3-week closing guarantee.
I mean, why would they
underwrite and approve your loan ahead of time so that you can go out in this competitive market and make an offer that's like making an offer with cash. Gone are the days of getting caught up in the bidding war. At Ideal Home Loans, you don't have to. And if you need help with a real estate agent, we can refer you to one that we trust who can walk you through the whole process. Call today at 303-867-7000, or you can apply online, idealhomeloans.com. Equal Opportunity Lender, regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
When he's not talking about it, he's tweeting about it.
Do you Twitter?
Follow the Troubleshooter at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of Denver's talk station on Twitter.
Just give me your Twitter and I'll follow you.
Find us right now at 630 KHOW. It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword CASH to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's CASH to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help, I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, Tom Martino, your Troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank will do a free market valuation of your home, and that means he'll tell you what it'll bring on the open market, and he knows. Why does he know? Because he does it each and every day. He knows exactly what he's going to do. And all you have to do is take advantage of it. It's 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. What's on your mind today? We'll talk to you about your problems, questions, and complaints. Give us a call at 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. There's a lot in the news today, consumer news, that you need to know about. Everybody's talking about the stock market and how social media now has become a force in the stock market. For example, social media used to be used for pranks. Like, hey, let's all show up at Roswell, New Mexico for and for the UFO. Or let's do this or let's do that. Now they say let's buy a stock that's worthless and pump up the price. And you had kids, mere kids, making millions of dollars. They're on Reddit saying, let's buy GameStop. I think it was around $6, maybe more. I don't know. Now it's up over $300. And it's nothing but demand that's artificial. People aren't buying that stock because GameStop, the company, is making money. They're not buying the stock because there's value. They're buying the stock because it became a thing.
They're buying the stock to force other people that were betting against the stock to repurchase.
Right. So here's what happened. They start buying up the stock, and it goes from what to what, Mark? From the low to high. What was the low? 6?
You know, within the past year, it was trading at $2-3. It's at 321 now. But once again, the main reason is all the short positions. So there's a bunch of people out there that said GameStop's Blockbuster, and it's going to go down and crash like Blockbuster. So they bet against it. What that means is they borrowed shares from a broker that owns them. So they borrowed millions of shares. Whatever amount they borrowed, it's, say, $10. They're thinking it's going to go to zero, and then they made $10 on each share. They literally made that much money.
Because they pay back with devalued stock.
Yeah, so if it goes down to $1, they buy 1 million shares at $1, then repay the shares. All you got to do is give back the shares. The amount of money the shares cost me nothing.
Right. So if you bought shares at $10 each, and you bought 100 of them.
Yep.
And you have to pay back 100 shares.
Yep.
But they go to $1.
That's right.
So now you're only paying back $100 on the $10 stock.
That's right. But what happens is stocks...
$1 on a $10 stock, right?
Yeah. Everybody gets it. It's the reverse of what most people think. But here's what really happened here. So the stock's sitting, let's just take $20. And a lot of people are betting it to go down, whether they think down to 10 or 0. And when I say a lot of people...
And the Reddit people on purpose wanted to screw those hedge funds.
Well, in here, yeah, plus they wanted to make money. That's number
Of course
one.
they did, but their main goal was that let's show the big boys they're going to lose money.
Let's say I borrowed 1 million shares from you, and I owe you 1 million shares because I think it's going to go down. This stock, all of a sudden, because all these Reddit people get in there and millions of people are buying it.
Now I got $300 million.
They're forcing it up. They're forcing it way up.
So now my stock is worth $300 million.
Well, yeah, my point is I borrowed $1 million from you at $20.
Right.
Now it goes up to 40. Holy cow, all of a sudden I owe you
twice as
a
much.
lot of dough.
Twice
then
as
it goes
much
up to 100, 200, 300. What happens is you force me no matter what to buy it back. That's the squeeze. You have no option, Mark. I don't care if you have to lose $5 million. You got to buy it back right now. You force me to buy back that stock by liquidating my other assets, maybe Microsoft, Walmart, my cash assets in the account. You make me liquidate to cover that before it goes even higher, and I cannot repay you because unlike something going to 0, you can't go negative, but a stock can continue to go up forever. Imagine if Amazon jumped in now and said, you know what? We're going to go ahead. And Jeff Bezos says, I'm going to go ahead and get into this crazy stuff. That stock could go to $1,000 from 320. You know how many hedge fund managers right now are going to be jumping off the buildings? I'm telling you, a lot of people lost a ton of money.
This is due to mostly young people on Reddit.
I don't know how young, but yes,
they're pretty
Reddit.
young.
Listen to this, though. I thought of this on the way in. I was thinking of Trump and Twitter because they were talking about this impeachment crap. Imagine if China and Russia had bots out there And these bots were part of these Reddit users driving this. Talk about financial warfare. That hit me like a brick. If they can do it to pit Republicans against Democrats, and they do that very well, why couldn't they pit Wall Street against these outsiders? I wouldn't be surprised if something like that's happening, and I think I'm the first to actually go down that rabbit hole.
So you're saying that they could be the bots buying it up, driving up the price?
I don't think that's going on, but
they
I
could
had
be.
that thought.
And their benefit would be?
Chaos. Wall Street, they're hurting our financial industry.
Because these hedge funds, by the way, they get hurt. You may say, yeah, F the hedge funds. Some of those are going to affect your 401ks and your pension plans.
Yeah, or just your money, maybe not even a retirement plan. But there's a lot of people that say, hey, here's $200,000 to this hedge fund, give me a return. And for years, they've been getting maybe 10, 15, 20%. Great money on it, sometimes paid monthly. Then all of a sudden, you hear, oh, you've got nothing. That $200,000, not only aren't you getting your interest this month, but literally we have nothing. We're sorry, goodbye.
Now, if you could imagine the chaos it's going on right now, how can they stop it? You may think, wait a minute, maybe like they edit and censor social media now, maybe they start censoring all financial social media. It would be impossible.
Think about this. All the time, CNBC, Fox Business, these guys have CEOs on. They have people come on, hedge fund managers. We just bought this. We just did that. How the current rules are set up right now, Tom, you just can't lie. I can say right now, this morning, I bought 4,000 shares of Nokia because I think it's going to be doing very similar. And sure enough, I've already made 50% last time I looked, but it's very volatile. I can come on and say that because I really did it. But if I come on and I benefit from a lie, say, hey, you know what?
You mean like whatchamacallit did? What's his name?
He said, and we're talking about Elon Musk,
yeah.
and I got burned in that.
What did he say?
I was shorting the stock, hoping Tesla was going to go down. He came out and said, quote,
a lie.
I have raised enough money to go private at $410 or $420 a share. Currently, the shares were around $300.
Couldn't he have been charged for that?
Well, he wasn't charged criminally, but he did pay about a $20 million fine to the feds.
I mean, that was ridiculous. He cost a lot of people heard that and said, "Oh my God, the share's going to be worth $400."
Back to what I said. If that was true, he could not prove he had enough capital to do that because he simply didn't, is why he got fined and in trouble. If he literally did have enough capital to do that, you can come out and say anything long as it's true.
Like for example, Warren Buffett, he could manipulate the market. He could. He could say...
Yeah, but anything Buffett buys, you generally can see what he does. It's already there. They file for this stuff.
Right. But what I'm saying is, he could manipulate the market.
He does manipulate the market.
He could, for example, he could buy up a stock saying, and after buying it, say, I believe in this company. Do you know how many people would go out and buy it?
But he does that, and you're allowed to do that.
What?
Because he truly does believe in it. What he couldn't do is say he couldn't buy a short position and come on TV and go, oh, this is the best company ever. I'm going to buy a bunch of them. So now he's lying to make money.
Right. But
that is highly illegal.
But if he buys at a low price and says, I really believe in this company, and the price goes up,
that's fine.
Wow.
I can do that. I did it this morning. I'm happy to say I bought Nokia this morning in the 4s, and last time I looked, it was in the 7s. It could be anywhere. Now I haven't looked. But I can say that long as it's the truth.
Okay. Listen, people, we're going to take your call, Vera. We're going to take any calls on problems, questions, and complaints. But if you'd like to talk about financial manipulation, investment, the stock market, retirement, this is something we're going to do today. If you want to talk about it, that is, we will make it and explain it for dummies. And I'm a dummy. So, in other words, if you want stuff explained to you in a very simple way, we're going to do that. If you have questions, we're not going to bore you unless you want to talk about it. And I don't think it should be boring, because this idea of social media controlling the market has never been done before. We got more coming up.
It's finally happening.
We're all kissing 2020 goodbye.
Okay.
And now is the perfect time for all small
I want to try something.
you want to write. And use the power of radio advertising to connect with your customers.
Excuse me.
Builder.com makes it quick and easy to get your business on the today and create a custom radio commercial for your small business free of charge. Get started now at iHeartAdBuilder.com.
ColoradoPainCare.com. Finally, there's something you can do for your pain. Yeah, you don't have to live with it. You don't have to be on drugs all your life. Hey, Colorado Pain Care, a group of Colorado doctors that have gotten together. They're privately owned, not part of a big hospital chain, but here's the great part. They work with all hospitals and all major insurance, even Medicare, Medicaid, and workers' comp. I urge you to call them if you have pain. They have customized treatments. They have nerve blocks. They have stimulators. They have injections. They do have meds if you need them. They have massage, acupuncture, emotional therapy. ColoradoPainCare.com. Call them for a free consultation on the phone, please. 303-GOT-PAIN. Are you looking for countertops? Natural stone? Maybe you want artificial, flat surface, solid surface, whatever you want. They got it at theartofgranite.com. Mitch Floria owns theartofgranite.com, and I know him personally. He assures you that he will charge you only wholesale on materials, no matter where you buy them. Yes, that's true. And at theartofgranite.com, you're only charged for fabrication and installation. Bathrooms free when you do the kitchen, tear out and hallways free. Get a price on the phone, 303-386-5919, 386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
Sure, I can't even pull this fucker.
So I'm going to try to get all mine done before you do it, if you want, okay?
It doesn't matter.
I know.
You can leave Frank for me.
I already did, Frank, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, yeah. The ones that I've used are always the best to leave.
I know.
That I've literally used.
I know, damn it, okay.
I'll be right back. I gotta see what color that cable is.
So when I work out, I'm not hurting myself, I'm helping myself. And there's no better way to be consistent with your workouts than have it at home, have it available to you any time of the day or night. Tough stuff on the fitness gallery, you're going to be the best that your money can buy. We have them in stock, and you can go today. Having your own home gym is more affordable than you think. By quality, you never regret it. Visit fitnessgallery.com to find one of our 5 Denver metro locations, including our newest, now open in Boulder. We can't stop time, but we can help you be more efficient, get fit, and stay fit. This is Dan Captain speaking up and ask what the secret is to many large jury verdicts and settlements to be
okay. It's orange, but I don't think it's this fucking one.
No, that orange one is the one I ordered.
No, but they ran a new one. See, the orange one, but I don't think this is it. This one's labeled us.
Call me at 303-907-5003 or hit StanCapitalistLaw.com. That's StanCapitalistLaw.com. With the new justice happening in Washington, millions are turning to Newsmax TV, your trusted news source. They're going online to Newsmax.com for breaking news and downloading the free Newsmax app on their smartphones. Newsmax TV is on all major cable systems. If you don't get Newsmax, call your cable operator or watch it free on Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Xumo, Pluto, and smart TVs like Samsung and LG. Newsmax is real news for real people. Start watching today. This is Sarah, the Riley Auto Parts store.
You know what? I don't think you ran it yet.
Okay. What, Thomas?
No. I'm just thinking, I agreed to 25% in a year, which is only 12.5% for 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I mean, I'm just telling you what I agreed.
It's still not bad.
No, I know.
If you actually get your fucking money back, it'll be great, dude. Or, make money. You're a lot.
I already said
you're a lot more trustworthy than me.
No, it's not trustworthy, Mark. I know it. I figured I'm making nothing where it was nothing. It was in a bank.
That's true.
And here's the deal.
He's looking to impress, which is good.
Let's not mention too much. Here's what he said. We can undo it right now. You can have all back plus your return right now. So then, making 12.5% a month.
You know the problem. You know exactly what that sounds like, though. When someone says that, I'll give you it all back right now.
No, but again, he said, "You want to do it?" He says, "But he's already." In other words, here's what he did. He put that money aside. He says, "Your money's ready in 6 months. You can have it, or you can have it now because I'm not touching it. I'm just now trading with my money that I made." And now, so I'm sitting there, and I said, "What?" He said, "But I'll let you out early. You can have it right now. But I'm not touching it. It's in this account." And he gave me the login. It's your money. He said it just was 5 months early.
We've got a frigid and
So-
foggy start to the morning with single-digit temperatures, but that fog burns off.
I said, well, here's the thing, Mark, I've heard it all, and I've been disappointed almost every time with everyone when it comes to making money, okay? When it comes right down to it, it's not that easy, unless it is. Who knows? Maybe you hit it.
I've made you money every time.
No, I know that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people that.
No,
How
I
many
know.
times have we been pitched?
Oh, every time.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. By the way, Genesis Total Exteriors is a home improvement company, complete home improvement company. And of course, they do both interiors and exteriors. And you can trust Mark Szymanski and the whole team at Genesis Total Exteriors. Baths, kitchens, and basements. Also, roofing, gutters, windows, decks, painting. Mark's used them. I've used them. We love them. Genesis Total Exteriors. Listen, on this show, you hear about a lot of nightmares with home improvements. You can avoid nightmares with our people. Genesis, I know.
He's got the best. I got my mask.
The best painter in the world.
He has got the best painter. You need the exterior or interior house. This guy's been doing it 20 plus.
Vera has this is such a terrible problem. This trip you had planned, Vera, tell us about it.
Well, it was a trip through that's overseas adventure travel. And, I had been on trips with them before COVID and so I signed up for a trip to Europe.
When did you sign up, Vera? Was it before the pandemic?
Yeah, I signed up before the pandemic.
And then when was it supposed to take place?
And it was supposed to take place this past May.
Uh-oh. And what happened?
And then, here's what's interesting. They had they have these occasional events, and they have an event where they invite all the people who travel with them to tell them, and friends, to tell them about upcoming trips. In other words, a trip coming up for the following year. So I went to that. To their event to learn about what their future trips were. And by this time, I was already signed up on my trip to Europe. And so that was March 10th of 2020. And at that point, COVID had hit. So
anyway, bottom line, it was canceled. Was it rescheduled?
Yes, they arbitrarily rescheduled me at another time. But here's the thing: at the March 10th meeting, the issue came up, and the management of OAT was there, and people said, "What will happen about our trips if they're canceled because of COVID?" They said, "You have no concern at all because if we cancel a trip because of COVID, you will have your full refund."
Just hold on one second, Vera. Hold on one second. 303-713-TALK is our number. 303-713-8255. Get right in. By the way, I just have to say this, Vera, first about something else. Ameritrade has stepped into this, Mark. What does that mean? How it seems that it's hard for them to step in and say, we're going to restrict trades on GameStop.
There's going to be lawsuits over this. So here's the problem. They had a lot of shorts. Ameritrade had a lot of people shorting GameStop through them.
Right.
And exactly like I told you, now all of a sudden, these people don't have the money to pay Ameritrade back what they borrowed. I mean,
but how can Ameritrade step in and restrict not the borrowing? They can restrict the borrowing and the shorting, but they can't restrict people from buying that stock, can they?
I sure don't think so, man. But I don't know what they mean by they stuck in, but this is crazy.
Would you find out what they mean by restricting trade?
I'm looking right now.
All right. Vera, I have a very simple question to ask. The trip, was it rescheduled?
They arbitrarily rescheduled it without.
When did they I understand. I'm not asking if you agreed. I'm asking if they rescheduled, and when did they reschedule it?
They rescheduled it for this coming May. But on March 10th, they assured a refund. 3 weeks later...
I get it. Now, you did not get a refund. Did you have travel insurance?
Yes, I had travel insurance.
But it doesn't cover a pandemic, does it?
Well, I got the travel insurance that their travel insurance. I should have gotten outside one.
No, but I'm just asking, does the travel insurance cover COVID?
I don't know.
Okay.
All I know is we were assured on March 10th we would get a refund if they canceled.
No, I get you. I get you, Vera. I get you. I know exactly what you're saying. But here is what I am saying. That promise to give you a refund was probably not contractual. I need to know what the contract says about rescheduling. Does it give them leeway to do it? First, I want to exhaust that. I'm not saying you have to accept it, but what I'm saying is we need to see what you agreed to. So we need to see the contract involved in this travel. It may be that you agreed that in the event it was canceled, you allow them to reschedule it. It may be. I don't know. Now, did you pay this by credit card?
I paid it by credit card.
Did you try contesting it on your credit card?
Well, here's what I did. The one credit card, there goes to 2 payments. So the first payment, which was like about $1,800, that was paid on a previous credit card. The second part that was due was on another credit card, and I didn't pay that. I disputed it.
Good.
And the credit company agreed with me.
Good.
And so they gave the money back to the credit card. But now they're coming after me, asking me for the money that the credit card...
I understand. No, Vera, I am so proud of you that you canceled the second payment. And that means you're not out the whole amount. And if they're coming after you for something they didn't even provide, that's ridiculous. But I need to see the contract. Let's get our travel experts to look at it. Let's get our attorneys to look at it. That's the first step. We need to see the contract.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino.
I want him to do Get Found Fast. I have to run to the restroom. Then I want Mark to talk about this.
I just can't find. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they could say you can't sell a stock you own. You know what I'm saying?
If I use the restroom and don't get back here, I want you to just educate people. But Mark, you got to do it. You know so much that you got to make it simple, like a dummy simple. Okay?
Still residual backup to I-70 should start to improve. Crash on the west side.
That's what we're going to do today. You're going to help. I'm going to ask you questions and make it investment for dummies.
Crash on the westbound side of I-70 between Wadsworth and Kipling. Watch out for rescue vehicles arriving.
Because a lot of people don't like asking simple questions.
Areas of fog then clearing this afternoon. Today we're going to have a high near 40.
Okay, can I get it now? Oh, hello.
More impact traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
With Merrill Guided Investing, you have the option.
Right after this, right?
Point minimum. Started at Merrill Edge. And Smith Incorporated, both a registered broker-dealer and investment advisor. Member SIPC.
MileHighEstatePlanning.com. That's an important website for you to protect your legacy. MileHighEstatePlanning.com. That's the website where you'll be introduced to Blake Harris, attorney at law, the one who does my estate planning, Mark's estate planning, and somebody you can trust. Whether that estate plan is a simple will for a few $100, or whether it's a trust, or it could be a combination, maybe a power of attorney or a beneficiary's deed. Do you know how many people call this show and make grave mistakes on their estate planning? They think they're outsmarting the system. Oh, they're quit claiming this and deeding that. And they're destroying all the tax benefits that are built in to our inheritance system. Let Blake take advantage of those. Let him help you. In fact, he'll help you preserve your income and assets through long-term care. That's right. Protect your legacy. 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE.
Who is it? GetFoundFast.com. These guys, if you have a website, a company website, maybe you're a pizza place. This is how I like to explain it. And you're in Castle Rock. And when people do pizza delivery in Google or Yahoo or Bing, you want your restaurant to come up. Well, the guys at GetFoundFast.com can help you with that. Not only that, they'll do a free evaluation and let you know exactly where you stand compared to your competition. It's all free. You can do a webinar for free. GetFoundFast.com. Don't put it off any longer. GetFoundFast.com.
Stop everything and check out the funniest new podcast.
I hate to say that. That was the right spot, right, Shannon?
The podcast featuring comic geniuses from the hit TV show Workaholics. Here, Adam Devine, Anders Holm, Blake Anderson, Cal Newacek probe today's most important topics, like cuisine. Are you eating sushi? I'll probably get it. Yes. You can't do that right now.
Travel calls before that have been canceled and not getting their refunds. We've had some success helping out. Again, Tom just wanted to see that first. Let me see if Tom's done with you, okay? If he comes back to you, tell him it's going to take you a few days to get that to me, okay? And then if he doesn't come back to you, I will get on the phone with you and let you go so we can reconvene with you in a few days. Thank you, darling. Hang on.
Last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 2.5 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844-425-3669. And then unless 3304, not all those apply. Equal housing lender, rate subject to change.
Michael Brown here. I want to take a minute to talk to you about something that has changed my life. Blue Sky CBD. You've heard me talk about the relief it's given me with hip pain after rolling. And you've heard how much the Pet Love formula has helped our pet. But what you might not know is that Dr. Eric Dorniger out of Boulder serves as the Director of Research and Development, or that Dr. Adam Graves in Castle Rock and countless other doctors recommend Blue Sky CBD exclusively. The reason behind this is their products are created using the highest quality, guaranteed potency and purity, and their formulas are created using international research to ensure that you get the dosage you need to find the relief you deserve. You'd be amazed at the reviews at bluesky-cbd.com. Use promo code KNOW for 30% off and try the same balm I use for only $14. You're not going to be disappointed. bluesky-cbd.com. Promo code KNOW for 30% off. bluesky-cbd.com.
Your timeshare sits empty. Travel restrictions and quarantine is the new normal. Over and over you have heard, we are all in this together. Meanwhile, your timeshare sits empty and useless. Month after month, your timeshare company demands your maintenance, mortgage, and assessment fees, amounting to thousands of dollars per year out of your pocket for nothing. Start the freedom process. Let Timeshare Freedom Group free you from your overpriced, unavailable timeshare. Thousands have done it. Now it's your turn. The leaders in the industry, Timeshare Freedom Group, has decades of experience canceling timeshares worldwide, legally and permanently. We're so good at it, we even offer a 100% money-back guarantee. You can keep wasting your money or dump your timeshare in 2020. Start the freedom process. Call Timeshare Freedom Group now because you have better things to do with your money. 855-48-CANCEL. That's 855-48-CANCEL. 855-48-CANCEL.
Timeshare Freedom Group, we set you free.
630 an iHeart radio station.
All right, write this number down if you ever need it. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. Honestly, 303 Martino.
Really, that number works on and off the air. If you call it when we're on the air, you'll get right through to Suzanne. And if you call it when we're not on the air, you can leave a message that we check every night, every morning. One of our deputies will check it. We'll get back to you. The other thing is, you can always email us at help@troubleshooter.com. $200 million plus in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refund, and services directly due to this show. This is what we do, and we all love it. Let's get right back to the phones. By the way, 303-713-8255. Kathy, let me ask you, it says a car sale with salvage title. Are you selling it, or did you buy it?
No, I'm trying to help my son's girlfriend. She purchased this car in September, got in an accident, and the car was totaled. The insurance company came back to her with an extremely low offer, and we pulled, comps from other dealerships, sent it back to the insurance company, and he told us that the comp that he gave us was correct for a car with a salvage title.
Ooh. So, Kathy, let me understand this. When she bought it, she had no idea it was already salvaged, or she did?
She did not know. There is nothing anywhere on any of the paperwork that she signed.
Where did she buy it from?
Brothers Auto.
Are they still open?
As far as I know, she just got it in September.
Let me look real quick. Brothers Auto, are they in Denver Metro somewhere?
They're off of Ward Road, Wheat Ridge.
Brothers Auto, Wheat Ridge.
And so we also...
Yeah, I'm sorry, but hold on. When did she buy it? Just November?
September.
See, here's the deal. They're going to owe her something, and I mean this. If they didn't disclose that now...
Oh, no, that's definitely something they need to disclose. It's salvaged?
Yeah, it's worse than that. Since then, Tom, they got into a wreck. The car was totaled. The adjuster offered them a very low ball. They didn't understand why it wasn't near the comps. The adjuster came back and said, it's a salvage vehicle. It's only worth what it is.
Hey, listen, here's what I want to know, Kathy. How long ago was the purchase?
It was in September. It was September 19th.
Did you call the dealer?
I have not yet.
Who is the dealer? Who is it?
Brothers Auto. And
They're
I'm
still around.
Just trying to figure out what our steps are.
Well, here's the thing. The dealer licensing board is your friend. But First, do you want us to handle it, or do you want to handle it? Just because this is serious, but you can handle it if you do a few steps and then come to us if you need us, or we can handle it from here. What do you want?
But understand, you're only going to be owed what's in the middle. So, in other words, if the insurance company gave you $10,000 and the car should have been $13,000, they only owe you $3,000. You understand?
Right.
Right. Yes. No, that's not a problem. And we even went so far as we called the bank, and the bank said they would not loan on a salvage.
Well, then how did you find out it was salvage?
Because the insurance company came back and told me that that is a salvage title car, and that's why the bid was so low.
Can you send me the VIN on it?
Here's what we need to know,
Yes,
Kathy.
absolutely.
Kathy, here is the important thing. Did the dealer know it was salvaged?
She said it's nowhere on the paperwork, anywhere.
So, no. Did the dealer know? Maybe the dealer was hoodwinked. Now, you, Mark, you might think that's, oh, no, they can't get...
I don't think it matters. We just read the other day, and we talked about that they have to tell you if it was salvaged. It didn't say if they knowingly knew.
No, Mark, no. You're right and you're wrong. You're right, it did say that. But I think you have to know it to disclose it.
Well,
they can honestly...
Then why couldn't any dealer in the world go,
just say they don't
know?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Let me find out. Call... You know who I really want to call? Norris. Even though Norris does, well, I don't mean even though. He's a used car checkout man, but he's more than a wrench. Trust me, he's a smart guy. Call Norris at SOS Inspections. Hang on, Kathy. Let's talk about this. People, you know that we've been talking about stocks and what's going on with Reddit. People on Reddit said, hey, let's all buy GameStop and make it worth something. And let's hurt the big hedge funds. Now, what that means is people are betting that GameStop was done and they're a useless company and the stock would go down. So what they said was, why don't we pump it up? And so they start buying, which created demand, and it went from around $6 all the way up to, what is it now?
Like $3.25.
300?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so people literally made millions. But a lot of people went in when the stock went up and borrowed stock on what's called a short play. Now, Mark knows way more than I do, but I can explain it better, I'm sure, because he knows so much. A lot of times when people know a lot, they just assume we know a lot. So when they borrow stock, they borrow numbers of shares. The dollar value does not come into effect when you, for example, if if someone borrowed, let's just take one share to make it easy. So when that stock was going up, someone said, this is crazy. That stock's $20 right now. I know it's only worth about $2. So I'm going to borrow a share of stock. So I borrow a share of stock. But Mark, who do I borrow it from?
Well, I use Ameritrade, so I would borrow it from Ameritrade. So I
borrowed it from Ameritrade because I have an account there, and I have a hedge fund. So I borrow one share of stock. By the way, our number is 303-713-TALK if you have questions, comments, or any other consumer problems. Now, I borrow one share of stock, and it's worth, at the time I borrow it, $20. Now, I have to pay back that one share of stock. So I'm betting the stock's going to go down. That's why I borrowed it. So now let's say the stock goes down to $10. I decide to, right? So I first buy it at $10 and then pay back Ameritrade one share of stock. So what did I just do? Mark, I bought it at 10 and paid back that one share of stock. How did I actually make money?
Well, because the float in between is at $10, so you made $10.
But how did I make it? So if I bought a share of stock, I then pay that share back.
Well, you borrow. First of all, you borrow a share.
Right.
That's truly what you do.
Right.
So you borrow one share. When you borrow it, it's worth $20.
Right.
Then it goes down to 10.
Right.
You buy a share for 10, and then you repay your debt of the one share.
And then 20 is still in my account? I mean, 10 is still in my account, the leftover 10?
Yeah, you made $10.
Okay, so
the money really, it doesn't really leave your account when you borrow shares.
I get it.
They don't want your cash value going beyond that, but you're really just borrowing a share. You're not buying a share.
Right, you're borrowing it.
So what happens, though, is where everything gets crazy, what a short squeeze is, Tom, is when that stock starts going up crazy.
Then I say, hey, Mark, you borrowed a stock from me for 20. I want it back, and it's now 40.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, the value of money you have in your account possibly doesn't cover that difference now. So they start selling your other assets. These people are very smart. Now, these hedge funds have a lot of money. I was just reading one of them repaid the majority, I think it was Citron, I think it was called, repaid the majority of them. They had to buy back their shares in the 90s when they probably bought it in the 40s and shorted it. So they lost a ton of money, man.
So people, this is really, really important because we have literally young people, kids, on Reddit pumping up a stock.
There could be 3 billionaires made out of this. B.
3 billionaires.
Hated by Bernie.
Hundreds of millionaires. And guess what? On the other end, hedge fund managers going broke.
There could be some guys really suffered on this. I mean, like really hedge fund guys that, not the biggest ones out there, but there is some that got majorly hurt with this.
By the way, Michael, you have a used car trouble too, sir?
Yes, I am.
Where'd you buy your car?
I bought it from a private owner.
Okay. And how old is your car?
1999.
Okay. You hold on, and we'll come back to you. A private sale on a 1999. We're also going to do more investigation on that other sale from
I'm going to
Kathy.
pull all the records right now.
And we have more coming up.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear Ross Kaminsky in the morning, Dan Kaplis in the afternoon.
Getting 630.
Stupid, but I have to ask you. There's no such thing as a stupid. No, I have to understand this in my feeble mind. And well, it's not feeble, but okay, here's a share.
Sponsored by Merrill. From the Best Friend Plus Traffic Center, Lucas Drive.
So I borrow that share.
We'll put a dollar amount on it. Right now it's trading at what?
Okay. But when I borrow the share, $20 doesn't go in my account. I just have a share of stock.
Yeah, you have a share of stock. You borrowed a share of stock.
Right. But it's not.
Here, I'll borrow it from you. Here. All right, so I just borrowed a $20 stock.
Does that mean your account went up $20? Or do you just have a share?
How it actually shows in your account? No, I got a share of this stock.
But that's what I mean. Now, if you pay that back,
it doesn't recognize the money.
Now so you pay back at 10.
Okay.
But you bought one at 10. Oh, here's 10.
Yeah.
You bought it at 10. There it is. Now you pay me back. That's right. You pay me back that cheaper. How'd you make 10?
Well, because this I just borrowed.
Yep. Let's talk about real estate because it's such a complicated topic. Yet people deal in hundreds of thousands of dollars in real estate and they never hire an attorney. I want to change that paradigm. Everyone going through a closing should call Brad O'Brien, O'Brien Legal Services. Everyone, just a few $100 to review all your documents. I promise you, it'll cut down on your problems. Contract reviews, both residential and commercial. Also, what about loan docs or leases? Complicated deals. Then, let's say you already own. You have a property line dispute, a fence issue, an easement, access, adverse possession. Somebody's trying to take your property, or you get a lien on your property. Maybe you're a landlord. Whatever it is, you need help. You want a survey review, clearing title, quiet title actions, negotiation, mediation, arbitration, even, unfortunately, litigation. But anything can be handled by olslaw.com. That's O'Brien Legal Services, 720-370-7388. I urge you to call. Consultations are free up front, 720-370-7388.
All right, so let me explain it a different way.
Okay, good.
You lend me your brand new Hyundai you just bought.
Got it.
From your daughter. Got it. Okay? I borrow it, I fucking crash it, and it's dead. Okay? I go find another one that's $10,000 less than what you just paid. I buy it, and I give you the fucking car. Me and you were square because I ruined your brand new Hyundai. I gave you a brand new
Where do you make money on it? That's the part I don't understand. I swear to God, Mark, that's the only part. Like, if I borrow one share, and I have to pay you back that one share. So in my account,
because I'm borrowing the share. When I'm borrowing it at $20.
I get it.
It's marked in my account $20.
Okay. So then when you give it back, it's.
But yes, but the cash isn't there to spend. But yes, it is there. It's a $20 stock
credit.
When I repay it, when I buy one for $10 and repay it,
then $10 remains in your account.
$10 remains.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Then the $10 becomes cash I can
Got
use.
it. That's what I wanted to know. Okay. Because if it was just a share sitting there and you pay back a share, but it's not like that. It's not like a share sits there. You're just borrowing it in theory.
You're borrowing it. You are borrowing it no matter how you look at it. You're borrowing the share. But sometimes, like right now, there's actually more shares.
Well, what if I borrowed a share? Okay, what if I wanted to short it? And I borrowed a share at 200 and went to 300.
Then you're.
Oh, I have.
Then you got to buy a share at 300.
Well, can I buy enough?
And you lose 100.
But can I buy enough to possibly make another ride up and erase the loss? I mean, if it's really excelling.
Well, nothing excels like this.
No, but if it goes from 5 to 10 and I say, oh shit, I better pay it back now instead of waiting till it goes.
Well, that's what all these guys did. They paid them back around 90 to 100. If they waited much longer, they would be paying back at 300. So, but once again, the average trader is going to be forced to repay those. They're going to call that fucking stock. When it doubled,
that's what I want to know. What are the terms when you borrow stock?
As soon as you don't have enough money,
is it on demand?
As soon as you don't have enough money in your account, minus whatever percentage they're comfortable with, and meaning you have
buffer,
whatever the buffer is, and that's different for everybody. They can basically call it when they hit that.
Okay, then without getting really fucking crazy. When you buy an option, it's just the opposite. You're buying an option to buy and hoping that. No, that's also you hope it goes down.
A put is going to be like, that's how they really drove this. People weren't buying $200 shares. They were buying options to basically buy or sell the stock at $300. That's how they really drove this. Was through the options market. Well, you buy an option to buy shares, usually 100 or 1,000 at a time, whatever it is. I don't do options, but basically you're borrowing.
You promise to buy.
You're paying for the option. The option costs X amount of money.
I know what a received option is when I buy property. I buy an option, that money goes if I don't exercise it.
That's right.
I get it.
So then if your option is that it's going to go up, okay, then you can basically sell that option when it goes up. And you basically have to sell it.
Because I bought the option at 100. I bought an option to buy at 100.
Okay, an option to buy at 100. And where's the stock right now?
Let's say it went to 200. So now I can buy it at 100.
Yeah, but usually you never really buy it. You just take the float in the middle. You sell the option.
So this option,
You can actually buy it, but most people never actually buy it.
so if I buy an option to buy the stock at $100 and somebody accepts, who accepts that option?
Ameritrade, you can actually go into options, and there's different ones you
so
buy.
if they accepted it at 100 in a
Well, yeah, but it's not accepted. You would buy whatever options they have listed.
That's what I mean, but
you don't just come up with your own.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Listen, we have a lot going on, and I don't pretend to be an expert when it comes to investing, but I do understand some things. But what I love, and I think one of the powers that I have, is to explain it so we can understand it. And then Mark has a deeper understanding where he does it a lot, and together it's pretty good to help you. But really what we're talking about is on the shorts, they're called, you're buying a stock hoping it goes down because you buy it at one price or borrow it at one price. And if it goes down, you can pay back that stock at the lower price. So you realize the gain. Now, you don't get much simpler than that. It's like borrowing. You borrow something and it's at a low price. It's at a low price and it goes even lower. So you borrow a share of stock. Let's say it's worth 100. When I pay it back, let's say it's worth 50. I made $50 because I only have to pay back not the $100, but the one share. And I can buy that share now for $50. But that $100 that was in my account for that stock, that credit, 50 of it now is mine. So you pay back with stock that you hope goes down. But if it goes up, you're screwed.
But what a lot of people do is then they'll use an option to protect themselves on that. So let's say we buy a bunch of Microsoft stock, and we think it's going to go up. We might buy some options, too, in case if it goes down to where we don't lose as much. We hedge our bet.
Right. Now, again, if you have specific questions, call us. And Mark will take your call, but I need to take Michael first. He bought a 99 car. Man, that's risky in itself. I mean, we're talking about a 21-year-old car, but it's used, a private party. And what's the problem, Michael? What's the problem?
Okay, I bought it's a nice car. It runs real good.
Okay.
Nice. It's worth
what kind is it? What kind is it?
A Lexus.
Lexus.
1999 Lexus.
Got it. How many miles on it?
98,000.
Are you sure it's only 98, or is it 198?
No, it's 98. Right now it's 130, but when I bought it, it was 98,000 when I bought it.
Anyway, let's talk about it then. Tell me what's going on. What do you need help with?
Okay, I bought it from a private owner, and he sold it to me for $3,200. He told me to meet him at the Northern Republic that day. He wanted $800 down and $200 every third of the month. So we met him. I met him at the Northern Republic, and we went in, and he had me sign the paper, and I looked at the paper, and it said $1,200. So when I got out, I said, so you give it to me for $1,200? He goes, no, the agreement between me and you is $3,200, but I need it for my taxes or something for $1,200 sales.
Wait a minute. He wrote you were buying it for how much?
$3,200.
And he wrote down what?
$1,200 in front of the Northern Republic.
Okay, well, hold on. So he actually wrote down that you were buying it for $1,200.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I get it. You're not supposed to do that. However, that benefits you because then you pay less tax on it.
Yeah, that's what he said. I'll pay less tax and it's $4,000.
You're not supposed to do that, though. It's kind of cheating. And how much did you put down?
I didn't know that.
How much did you put down?
I put $800 down.
And how much left? When are you going to pay him?
I've been paying. I made a couple of payments already. I pay him $200 a month. $200.
Okay, listen. And he wants you to pay $3,200, which, by the way, is way too much money. So, what is the problem now, though? I don't get it. What's the problem? He wrote down $1,200. Go ahead.
The problem is, like 2 weeks ago, he called me up and he said, Mike, I need a spare key for your car. And I said, why? It's my car. He said, because if you ever lose your car, something, it's going to cost you a lot of money to get it fixed. I said, no, I don't feel comfortable with you having a key to my car.
I don't blame you. There's something going on here, man. Okay, then what?
And then then he told me, if you want to play hardball, if you're 1 day late on your payment, I'm coming to pick the car up. And he hung up on me. So Can you take my car back if I'm one day late on my payment?
Well, here's the problem, okay? You did a half-ass deal that's illegal because, and I don't mean illegal like get arrested, but it's not, it's weird. Let me tell you why. Did you get title to this car?
Well, he's holding.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Did he put a lien on it, or is it still in his name?
He put a lien. It's still in his name with the lien.
No, okay. No, it's not. He just kept it in his name. So the way he should have done it was he didn't do it. It was supposed to be a promissory note and security agreement. That's what was supposed to happen. You don't have a promissory note or a security agreement, which means you got a problem because he can take the car right now for no reason. Do you have proof that you paid $800?
Yeah, I got all the receipts that I gave him. He gave me a receipt every time.
Okay.
800.
Now listen. Yes, he can take the car back. Yes, not legally, but what are you going to do about it? What we need to do, Michael, if you want us to, we can call him and say, look, we're aware of this deal. Tell him what he did wrong and say, why do you want another key? That's BS. He wants another key. He's going to come and get that car, Michael. You better hold on.
I'm Alec Baldwin. Listen to my podcast, Here's the Thing, on iHeartRadio. It's my chance to talk with artists, policymakers, and performers, like Kristen Bell.
I always like to say
Were you going to change that address? I don't want to. I'd rather keep it. But
What address?
For the referralist card. Because you changed everything else.
Oh, the only thing I changed is for some folks to send checks to.
No, I understand. I don't care what you do, but you tell me.
No, but I kept, because that's under your login.
Okay,
that's, you know what I mean? It's mainly your name, Tom. I think it's mine too, but it just.
No, it's under both of you.
Well,
It
yeah,
is,
but
it is, but my other one, I don't know how they
we
do
don't
that.
get statements in the mail anyway. I think they're all.
And I have them
email.
online, and what I do is I monitor our rewards on that too.
Yeah.
Is it Centennial?
Yes.
What's the zip?
80161.
Tommy, just a heads up, I'm getting Nick Fox on for an hour or so.
Good.
That's weird. It comes up Littleton when I put in 80161.
No, it does. It does. Whatever comes up, if it says this, do you want this address, you can do it. They don't care about that. They care about the zip. But yeah, it comes at either one. I don't know why.
The newly named White House COVID-19 response team held its first virtual briefing today. New CDC Director Rochelle Walensky.
Oh my God, they're declining our request for an interview. We need help with fucking Social Security, and nobody will help us.
More Senate confirmation hearings, this time for Secretary of Energy nominee. Former Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm said the U.S. has a chance to lead in alternative energy and jobs.
You can allow other countries to corner the market on carbon reduction technologies like carbon capture, utilization, and storage, or you can put our workers in good-paying jobs manufacturing and installing those solutions in America.
President Biden will sign executive orders focused on climate change, directing the Interior Secretary to pause leases for oil and natural gas on public land and offshore. This is ABC News. The city of New Orleans making adjustments for this year's.
What kind of car did she say it was? Can you ask her? I think it's line 1. The car one. Ask her what kind of car it is. Or let me talk to her offline real quick. We got 4 minutes.
I don't know how to talk to her offline.
Yeah, you hit the other side of the phone.
No, okay.
Hey, Kathy. Is hold on here. I don't think this VIN is right. Read me the VIN. Go ahead.
The life of baseball legend Hank Aaron will be celebrated today at a private service. The Hall of Famer and civil rights activist passed away last week at the age of 86.
It is 5S.
In Atlanta, Georgia, alongside Martin Luther Jr. and John Lewis.
So it's a 13 Chevy Cruise. All right, hold on. Here you go.
Do you check your Google search results regularly?
Fuck, I disconnected her. I disconnected one by mistake.
Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control. Of your online reputation. Get your free reputation.
Total loss. It's right here. It's a total loss vehicle. There's no way this dealer didn't know. Well, I mean, I guess anything's possible.
News article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with ReputationDefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search.
I want to copy this email to everybody I know about them refusing to talk to us. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my entire life. In fact, I want to talk to our representatives.
K-How News Time, 11:03.
We need emails for, who are our two senators right now? We need to get.
Corey, was it Corey?
No, he's not anymore.
Oh, he did.
He lost.
Oh, he did lose. I don't know.
I need email addresses for Hickenlooper and I think Michael Bennett, our senators, and any representatives. This is bull. I said, let me get this straight. We have a consumer radio show, and we want to give out accurate information, accurate Social Security information to our listeners. And you, the Public Affairs Office, is refusing to talk to us. If the Public Affairs Department won't talk to the public, who will?
Okay, I will get to working on that.
Okay.
Next thing
I'm going to save this.
Save that draft so I can work on that. But listen, Nick Fox wants to know, have you changed the directives on his spots with the same days?
Yes.
I just told him, I said, Nick, I'm on the phone. I know he does your stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay, I will perfectly do that. Okay, and I'll start working on those emails.
Yeah, just give me addresses, and I'm going to send them.
Sweet.
Of a jackknife semi-crash westbound I-70 near Wadsworth. Looks like they may have the left lane blocked, and that's a major delay.
They bought it.
Off the highway.
It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Drive up.
They got the okey doke.
No delays downtown on I-25, so good news there. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Well, it's going to be sunny today as skies are clearing. Going to have a high near 40. Tonight, clear skies overnight, a low around 18. Right now, just a few clouds above and 21 in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
When questions find you, Merrill Edge Self-Directed Investing has personalized tools and insights to help you find answers. Get started at merrilledge.com/withinreach. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner, and Smith Incorporated, registered broker-dealer, member SIPC.
Michael Brown here. I'm going to take a minute to talk to you about something that has changed my life. Blue Sky CBD. You've heard me talk about the relief it's given me with hip pain after rolling. And you've heard how much the Pink Blood formula has helped our pet. But what you might not know is that Dr. Eric Dorninger out of Boulder serves as the Director of Research and Development. Or that Dr. Adam Graves in Castle Rock and countless other doctors recommend Blue Sky CBD exclusively. The reason behind this is their product.
It's so true. I don't know when to get the fuck out of this stock. It's so fucking ridiculous. I own a stock that's not worth what it even is.
You get the dosage you need to find the relief you deserve. You'd be amazed at the reviews at bluesky-cbd.com. Use promo code KHOW for 30% off and try the same ball I use.
Thank goodness I finally got this sorted out.
Not going to be disappointed. Bluesky-cbd.com. Promo code KHOW for 30%.
Oh, good. They got back to you?
Yeah.
CBD.com.
We've become so much more than a fixed frequency from a radio tower.
Take your radio with you.
630 K-How is now available on multiple platforms and thousands of devices. Listen to Denver's
I
Talk
thought I bought some of that in my
at
set.
khow.com.
Oh, did it never finish the
To
order?
win $1,000.
Motherfucker.
The nationwide keyword, bank to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's bank to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. 303-713-TALK,
713-8255, where we are fighting for you. This hour brought to you by One Clear Choice Garage Doors, oneclearchoicedoors.com, oneclearchoicedoors.com. The best garage door company I've ever encountered. Inspections for $80 include every part of the door system. They'll even lubricate, tighten hinge bolts, make safety adjustments. If you're moving into a home, it's a must-do. In fact, That's part of my inspections when I buy a house, and I've used them 6 or 7 times for doors and for openers. One clear choice, doors.com. Now, we're talking about the stock market and how social media played a major role in the stock market with GameStop. To make a long story short, all the young people, I say young people, most of them are young people, they are on GameStop says, hey, let's pump this stock up, let's start buying it, create a demand. The stock went from $6 to over $300. It helped a lot of people, trust me, it helped a lot of people who got in early, got out, and then they made millions. Some billionaires from this, but it also hurt people who were shorting the stock and then had to make good on that stock. Again, we can explain that at another time. But Mark has a question relating to that. Go ahead, Mark. What is your question, sir?
Hi, Tom. Nice to talk to you again.
Good talking to you, man.
I have a 401k in mutual funds, and everybody always tells me, you lose money trying to judge the market. But, in 08, it lost like 20 grand. And then, a couple of years ago when the market took a big spill, it lost another 25 grand. It just takes forever to build up. Should this be something that you guys are talking about that's going to affect our 401ks?
Well, it depends. Now, in the long run, if you buy quality stocks and you hold them, the market goes up. And it does over the long run. Right, Mark? In general? No?
Yeah, there's been times where it's dived, but ultimately, yes, it's always gone up. Ultimately, it has always gone up. That's not particular stocks.
No.
But like the Dow has always gone up. It might be down for a year, but if you look at a 20, 30-year stretch, it's always up.
Unfortunately, as you get older, you can't. The swings take way longer for you to recover, and you may run out of time. So your question is, what should you do? Well,
Mark, I highly doubt you have any GameStop in your 401k portfolio.
Right. No, but what he's talking about, but if he has funds that are managed hedge funds that are affected by it.
It's possible.
Yeah, it is possible, but we don't know. Here's the thing, Mark. Who does your investing for the 401k?
It's in Fidelity, and
no, but I'm asking who makes the decisions? Who makes the decisions on it?
It's on it's called a 2035, and so it's due to it's a long-term deal where you get a.
But I'm going to ask that question again. Who made that decision?
It sounds like Fidelity. You rolled it over from an old company and then chose one of Fidelity's products, right?
Do you, for example, review it ever and move investments, or do they just basically keep your investments in one place?
It does pretty good until the market drops, like it dropped from, it went down to 18 a couple of years ago.
Here's what I want to know. Here's what I want to know. Let's put it this way. Are you still contributing to this 401k?
No.
Okay. How much do you feel you've actually contributed? Do you know? I'm talking about contributions and matches, not gain, just contribution and company matches. What was your actual principal? Do you know?
50%.
I'm not. That doesn't tell me anything.
45,000.
Okay, so you personally, along with your company matching, put in $48,000. Is that right?
Somewhere, yeah.
And now it's worth about 75.
And right now it's worth about 75?
80.
82. Okay. How long has that been?
Almost 30 years, 25 years.
Okay. So, the real number is a benchmark at 48, but no one's going to go back that far. So pick another benchmark. And then benchmark it, and then complain and tell them to relook at things if you don't like it, or go to another trustee.
You've just chosen very conservative things. I mean, you probably didn't have that much of a downside over 30 years.
When are you?
But it did take big drops.
Mark, are you drawing from it? Actually, yeah. Are you, Mark, drawing from? No. When do you? How old are you?
55.
Wait, hold on. Are you retired?
No.
Oh, but you're not contributing anymore.
I'm
different job.
Unemployed.
Oh, okay, I got
unemployed.
it. Okay, are you looking for work, Mark?
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do?
I'm an equipment operator.
Okay.
I ran graders and stuff like that. All kinds of heavy equipment.
How's work going? No work out there?
Well, yeah, work for a metro district, and they had a big expense, and they only have 2 people, and so they had to lay one of us off.
Are you? Was that during COVID?
It was during COVID, but I don't think it's because of COVID.
Well, you could have gotten unemployment.
I do.
Good.
I do have.
Good. So listen, you want us to help put the word out for work, equipment operator?
Well, I'm in south central Colorado.
Where?
Pagosa Springs.
Where? South of the Springs? Pagosa. Oh,
Springs.
Pagosa. Wow, Pagosa Springs. Where were you working before? How far do you go to work?
Little place. It's a little community. It's a metro district. It's the largest metro district in the United States, I believe. We took care of about 68 miles of roads. They're actually owned by the county, but the community out there, there's 6 different
Are you prepared to move for work, or are you just going to stay put for now?
No, I may have to, but what I do right now, everybody's kind of laid off, so I'm not really. If I have to, I could go to Springs or something, Colorado Springs.
Okay. What other kind of work do you do? Anything?
I hold a CDL, Class A CDL.
Okay.
Oh man, drivers are being hired everywhere.
Yeah. You looking to drive?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to do over the road though. It's just too. It's hard.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I don't really want
I think Walmart starts at about 70,000. You make 100 by the end of the first year, but it's definitely over the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad gig, but it's hard to get in with those guys. I'd really like to get in with Frito-Lay up there because they run right through here, and I hear they treat their drivers really well.
Well, you got to make the first effort. Call them.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I was just concerned about that 401 sitting there, and then you guys are going with this stock stuff, and I'm like, oh man, am I going to lose another 20 grand?
I don't think so. The stock market's doing too good.
Hey,
I don't think so.
Go to Kathy.
And anyway, thank you, Mark, for calling. Kathy, and by the way, Michael, we haven't forgotten about you. Hang on. Kathy, she bought a car with a salvage title. The dealer, she said, never disclosed it. She got into an accident, got way less for value, and now this dealer, Brothers, broke the law if they did not disclose that and they knew about it. Mark?
Well, it was definitely a total loss on 9/9/2016, so it's nothing really close. It's on the Carfax. It's everywhere. So
they can't plead ignorance. I want somebody to call Brothers.
Marty.
Let's have Deputy Smarty Pants. Is he up? Hold on.
And by the way, it wasn't hail. I mean, this was a front-end collision.
These guys, I want to know why Brothers. In fact, Suzanne, actually, I'd like to try to get him on the air first.
Have you actually seen the sales? You said it was for your daughter. Are you positive nowhere on any of those agreements she signed knowing it's salvaged?
It's for my son's girlfriend, and yes, I have all of the paperwork right here in front of me from the dealership, and there is not a single thing on here anywhere that says anything about a salvage title.
Did she finance it?
She did finance it.
All right, so she probably never saw the title.
Okay, Brothers. We need to call Brothers. Where's Brothers? Wait, is it called Brothers Used Cars or what? Brothers
Autos, LLC, and it's on Ward Road.
Ward Road. And where's that? In Denver?
Wheat Ridge.
Oh, Wheat Ridge.
That's brothersautollc.com. Autos.
Yep.
Uh-huh. And that's Wheat Ridge, and that's Ward Road. And by the way, people, I don't know how else to put it, but they lied.
Well, how much did the insurance company give you or give her?
They offered her $4,000.
How much did she buy it for?
All total after everything.
No, forget everything. The vehicle, though.
How much?
So without the taxes and stuff, it was $63,8730.
And they're offering her $4,000. But how long has she had it? What do you think the value of that car is now? Is what I'm trying to get to. If it wasn't total,
I looked it up. I checked probably
what was it?
7-10 different comps, and they averaged out somewhere about $7,500.
Here's what they need to do. They need to make her whole no matter what. Period. Did she put money down on it?
Well, she financed it through a separate place. She did not finance it through the dealership.
How much does she owe on it?
They need to pay that off. They need to pay that off or add to the insurance proceeds. This thing sucks, man. This thing sucks.
Yeah, well, and I'm just trying to help her out.
Okay, you hold on. Get her. Suzanne's going to get her name. I want to call Brothers and ask them to come on the air. Brothers Autos. Mark.
I'm going to send Marty this report.
What's the phone number over at Brothers?
It looks like
this sucks.
720.
Yeah.
385.
8889. 720-385-8889, and then we'll have. I want to see if they'll come on. And then we'll see if Marty has.
Yeah,
anything.
let's ask him. Let's see what.
That
maybe
sucks.
They're willing to do so.
I mean, they sold a car that we can see was totally salvaged. We can see it on Carfax. Are they going to say they didn't know about it?
Broncos country. Cardio and core, strength training, yoga and stretching. Broncos cheerleaders and Miles the mascot provide you with fun fitness instruction to kick off your 2021 run. Visit Denver Broncos.
You good on these two?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
And it's only worth about 65.
Doesn't matter. They have to make her whole. Become the banker. You've heard me talk about it, an investment strategy with life insurance that you overfund and earn tax-free and take it out tax-free and use it as your own bank account for financing cars and college and all of that. It's a real deal. It's safe. It's conservative. Well, these guys also have something called a guaranteed retirement pension. Whatever it is, you need to contact them. They have solid investments. 303-779-6600. Or becomethebanker.org for a webinar on either of these topics. Becomethebanker.org. Let's talk about replacing your floors, whether it be luxury vinyl tile, carpeting, hardwoods, laminates, whatever it is. They have it at simplyfloorsinc.com. They have it for better pricing and better selection. And it's all because Buddy and Karen Mitchell pass savings on to consumers. Now listen. You have to prove it to yourself. You'll love these people. We all use them. Simply Floors Inc. INC. Make your own appointment. Simplyfloorsinc.com.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans. And we all spent time at home during 2020. We realized that maybe there's some things we need to do around the house. But if you're looking to get that home improvement project started in 2021, we can have you tapping into your equity to do so. And believe it or not, you can borrow the lowest interest rates we've ever seen. Take advantage of tapping into your home's equity and let your home fund your remodeling project rather than you funding your remodeling project with cash. And if you rack up some bills during the holidays, you're not alone. Ideal Home Loans can help. Imagine consolidating your debt, paying off your credit card.
I need to know the name of who.
Paying your house off more quickly, all at the same time. Ideal Home Loans can help.
I did Frank Grant already.
Over a new loan when you refinance. Call us today, 303-867-7000. That's 867-7000. Or as always, you can apply online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender, regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For truth and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL. Your business is getting back to business, but things are a little different than 6 months ago. What does that mean for your customers? And when things are constantly changing, how do you know you're making the right decisions? What you need is Research Raccoon. Research Raccoon is the easy way to learn about your customers, and it's affordable for business.
September. She totaled it in December. Insurance tells her they're giving her less than what she thought it was worth because it was a salvage title. And so I don't know if you want to look that up first, Mike, and get back to me or what. We thought, well, usually, and it's clear on the Carfax, like we looked it all up, Mike, and it was right there that it was a salvage title. So we're just trying to figure out how to help her invest advisor, and Tom wanted me to give you a call. Also, Mike, because we offer anybody who's been talked about on the air to come on and come on for a resolution for their side or whatever the nature of the problem is. You know what I mean? So if you want time to look into it, I can call you back. I can give you my cell phone.
Every floor change, someone wins $50,000.
Sure. You want me to give you a callback number and you call me back, or I can call you back in a little? Okay. Again, it's Suzanne, and my cell, I'll just give you my cell. It's 720-233-4330. Okay, and I'll just let Tom know.
I simply take something from today and move it to tomorrow, and then
You mean a spot?
in-house.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
So we're interviewing Renew today, and there's an in-house tomorrow. I move that in-house tomorrow to today.
Yeah, because you're doing it.
But I flip it with someone else to keep the spot loader route the same.
Yeah.
And then I make notes for myself.
David laugh and stop everything. Now check out the funniest new podcast of the year. I'm talking about This Is Important, a podcast featuring the comic geniuses from the hit TV show Workaholics. Adam Devine, Anders Holm, Blake Anderson, Cal Newacek wrote today's most important topics, like who's he? Are you eating sushi? Oh, yeah. Yes. They're sanitized. This is hard-hitting stuff. This is important. Listen to This Is Important on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
We've got a frigid and foggy start to the morning with single-digit temperatures, but that fog burns off mid-morning. Highs today under mostly sunny skies, near 40. I'm Fox 31. We're going to do your August Bruce Starr.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Audible delivers the best audio entertainment all in one app. Choose a plan that's right for you and make it a year of Audible originals, best-selling audiobooks, popular podcasts, and more. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Denver's talk station. K-How.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Well, we contacted the dealership. Basically, Kathy has sold a car, or Kathy's friend has sold a car. It's a used car, and it was totaled. And we found that out in 5 minutes on Carfax. It was totaled. When they were sold the car, according to them, there's not one mention of it being salvaged. The law says that must be fully disclosed. So now that girl had an accident, the car's totaled, and she's upside down. I think she suffered damages as a result of this non-disclosure issue. Suzanne?
So I talked to Mike up there. I'm not sure if he's the owner or general manager, but he seemed very concerned, was going to look into it and get back to me in a little while.
Good. And he should, because this is basically against the law, and Brothers sold them, I have to assume, knowingly, a salvaged car without disclosing it. Now, why do we say knowingly? Because anyone would find out with a Carfax.
Does it matter, though, if it's knowingly?
Well, again, that's something we need to ask. But, again, Kathy, we're going to wait to hear from him. Make sure Suzanne has all of your information.
And to that same point, real quick, if it's a safety issue, like there's, little breaks, if they didn't know, can they still sell it? It's the same damn question.
No. When it comes to safety, it's not, you can't plead ignorance. You have to make sure it's safe. Nick Fox is with Renew Home Innovations. They do what you call the wet space in a bathroom. And I got this note from Nick the other day that people can get showers in a day. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. So, Nick, first of all, I'd like to ask you about the showers because they're beautiful showers. I've seen them. They're custom. You can put grab bars wherever you want. You can put benches. They're big rectangles, can take the place of a tub. Low threshold, you can wheel over in a wheelchair. There's also some other benefits, too numerous to go into. I mean, you basically design your own shower, custom, or you can do a shower tub combination. Are more people before I get into the one-day thing, are more people doing a shower alone, a big rectangle shower, or are they going with a tub combo?
I would say the bulk of consumers today are really wanting to upgrade their shower space, the wet space that they
and they're not necessarily keeping a tub, are they?
No. The days of being required to have a bathtub in their home, it really seems to be a thing of the past.
And I always think, Nick, if baths are that important to you, really, you don't want a little rectangle thing at the bottom of a shower. If truly you want a bathtub, get a separate bathtub. Seriously, I really mean that. And a separate shower. That's what I see. And I've always done that in the last few houses I've had. Have a nice shower and then have a tub. And the tub is a tub, the shower's a shower. But what I'd like to ask is, on these showers, how do you do them in a day? Is it like a prefabricated drop-in or what?
Well, nothing we do is prefabricated. Everything is custom fit to each unique space.
Excellent.
And you know, best case scenario, we can accomplish a shower in as little as a day. You know, sometimes they take longer.
Sure.
The nice thing about working with our program is that we have an inventory system where we have certain products and selections that we keep in stock, so it allows us to get projects installed a lot faster than maybe some of the other companies out there. So we're able to turn projects quicker, help our customers get their jobs done faster, and we're out of their home a lot faster. So that's the beauty of it. But the product, it's definitely a solid surface, a stone material, very beautiful in appearance, and it's zero maintenance. So
I love that.
Some of the quick deals.
What kind of texture? Is it smooth and shiny, or is it rough like stone, or either one? Can you get either one?
Yeah, we've got probably 10, 12 different options that you can look at and choose from. All of them have different style flair for each person's unique tastes. So some are designed to look retro looking like tile. Some are designed to look very innovative and current. But at the end of the day, it's really about personal taste for the consumer.
And okay, so as far as the design, okay, you have a tub. You basically replace that space. What if someone, and I know this probably can't be done overnight, what if someone wants to like alter where the shower is and they have the plumbing underneath to do it? Can you do that?
Certainly. Yeah, we're not limited by anything. You know, our core competence is, you know, being able to take care of a wet space shower system, you know, in a very quick, timely manner with our professionals. But we're not limited by anything. We can do anything in a bathroom, whether it's redesigning the entire room, creating a room, whatever the case may be. Again, like I said, our focus, we really try to get our projects kind of streamlined, maybe even in a phase 1, phase 2, where we take care of the shower space, and then we can take care of some of the spaces down the road. It seems to work real well for us.
By the way, Nick can be reached. It's Renew Home Innovations. That's Innovations, I-N-N-O, innovations.com. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000. And again, he can do these. If they're in stock and he has a wide variety, he can do them overnight, basically. I mean, not overnight, but one day installation. So if you have any questions, give us a call. He's going to hang around on this, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Also, we have Cheryl, who has a problem with, what is Secrets Resorts?
Oh, we've been there before, Tom. It's like an adult resort at the beach for like Mexico.
They're generally topless.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
they generally have a topless.
Maybe.
It's adults only.
But it's classy.
I don't remember. Did you wear your top?
No, come on. Is it? I mean, I just wondered why I call Secrets. Anyway, Cheryl, no judgment here. I just want to know what's going on with Secrets.
Well, it's kind of a unique situation. It's Secrets Capri, and it is an adult-only. So it's just not a family affair.
Right, I understand.
It's not a Disneyland. It's just, it's just private and it's kind of nice and it's secluded.
Yeah.
And so I booked this back in April, and in October I happened to call them because my trip isn't until, actually I take it Friday. It's in 2 days from now. I leave Friday. I called in October to arrange my transportation, so from the airport to the resort. And that's when I found out. I was never notified prior. That's when I found out, Secrets Capri has closed.
What?
I said, closed.
Wait a minute. Did you pay for this up front?
Yes, I paid for this. It's fully paid for.
How much?
And
how much?
It was a deal. It was $800.
Wait, $800? $800 for each person or $800 total?
No, it was just, I booked it for myself. So my trip or my stay or my
What does $800 include?
That is for 6 days.
6 days, but you did pay your own airfare and all that?
Yes,
all right.
On top of that.
You can see why they closed. They're not making money. Hold on, we'll come back to you, okay? And then we also have RenewHomeInnovations.com. And then Michael, we haven't forgotten about you in the car trouble. We're going to get to you. This is serious, Michael. I think this guy's trying to sneak up on you. Hold on.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now.
Dan Campus today at 4, 6:30, KHOW, Denver.
I'm pretty sure you were topless there.
Impact traffic.
Were you?
I was topless, yes. I went bottomless. No, most of those adult-onlys, they'll have 2 beaches, and one's usually topless. But it doesn't matter. Once you're at something like that, it becomes so normal. It's not like, have you ever been to, like, Europe? They're topless fucking everywhere. The United States is really the only one when it comes to the top that's kind of,
to be weird, to be honest. It's mostly unattractive.
Oh, for the most part, I agree. Ugh. In fact, I've never been to one, but on HBO they had this thing on nudist colonies, you know, and they went to real ones. They're old fat. They're all old fat fucking people.
I didn't participate. I went as a reporter.
Was it crazy?
It was so disgusting.
Yeah, they're all kind of, they're ugly.
$5 sponsored job credit when you upgrade your job code.
Yeah, I've got Fuller first, yeah.
Terms and conditions apply.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, and here's what's really important about this message. John will give you free legal advice after an accident. If you've been injured, call him. Now, obviously, you take care of the nuts and bolts, the police reports, the injuries, of course, but call him seriously. So many people, they just don't ask the right questions. They wait too long. They don't do the right thing. John will tell you what to do to prepare for a case if you have one, if you have a case. And by the way, that doesn't cost you anything. And even if you hire him, you're under no obligation. He works on contingency, so you don't ever have to pay out of pocket. 303-597-4500, 597-4500. You can find John Fuller on my referral list at referrallist.com. 888 Heating, Mark. Now,
Mark, 888 Heating, these guys are absolutely wonderful. What I love about them is they give you options, and they give you a ton of different options. If you just want to get that furnace repaired, guess what? They'll give you a great price just to repair it. If you do want a new furnace, they have everything from economical units that virtually anybody can afford. By the way, low monthly payments as low as $50 a month for a new furnace or air conditioner. You just got to check them out. They've been on our referral list forever. 888heating.com.
5 years
I had no idea how to swap, man.
Financial is hosting a New Year retirement workshop, which is top.
Pretty good recovery, though, huh?
With a financial advisor on topics you'll need to master now and straightforward answers to your most.
Yeah, that fucking vehicle was total.
How much money you'll need, basic investment management, and how Social Security fits into your retirement paycheck. Register today.
I just want to say I'm pretty sure you were topless at that resort.
I was. I told Tom that.
Let's resolve to retire better. Well, it's the start of a new year, and if you're a timeshare owner, you probably just paid your annual maintenance fees. But if you're feeling stuck in your unwanted timeshare, it's not too late to get out, even if you've already paid those fees. This month only, get a maintenance fee credit with Timeshare Termination Team. So for those timeshare owners who have already paid your maintenance fees for the year, it's not too late.
All right, did he get back to you on Smith? It's all good?
Yeah, okay. And they will apply what you paid for this year's maintenance fee toward the cost of
let's see.
Timeshare Termination Team will get you out of your timeshare legally and permanently, guaranteed in writing. So if you're ready to finally be free from your timeshare burden, give them a call. Tell them Ross Kaminsky sent you and receive a maintenance fee credit this month only. So call 303-766-2255.
So if the Reddit kids want to do something else.
That's why I jumped in that other one. They were talking about that one, man. It's already up 40. Shit doesn't move 40% a day. We're already up 40%.
How long will you keep it?
I don't know, man. In fact, I'm texting back and forth with a buddy of mine going, fuck, I don't even like being in it.
Has Dan done anything?
Our Dan, no. My other buddy Dan, he does shit, but no. He's too conservative. He bought some Neo, but I mean, that's a buy and hold. I think Neo. I bet we double that by the end of the year, or close. Maybe 80, 90.
Look at biggest solar.
In Walmart, I was like, you see, we made $5,000 just in, what do you call it?
Hey guys, Smarty Marty wants to know how Mark got into an adults-only resort.
Oh, fuck you, Marty. That's funny. I forgot we went there. We usually go to the Rios. I love those. Rio. If you go to the Rio Palaces, like you can go to anyone in the area. If they've got 5 of them, you can go to any palace and eat there, drink there, boat there, swim there, do whatever you want. It's all included on all of them. We love the fucking sailing. We'll go sailing every single day when we're in Mexico. We love fucking sailing. They actually, one time...
All these fucking executive orders.
One time they thought we fucking stole their sailboat, man, their Hobie Cat. And they fucking sent what do you call them, the guards from the hotel after us out in a boat. And they found us.
Why did they think you stole it?
I don't know, but let me tell you, they weren't happy. We were supposed to stay in a certain area, and I went way the fuck out of the area, but I had, what am I going to do? Like, take a sailboat back to the States?
Did they take them back, or did you leave it?
They made us get on the boat they came find us on, and one of the guys that was on the boat sailed it back. We had a blast, though, man. We sailed from basically Cancun. Hey, when they thought we stole that sailboat, we went from where? Like Cancun to what was that island? What is it? Isle of Majul. So we get all the way up to Isle of Majul. It's like an island off the coast.
How far away?
It's pretty fucking far. I mean, I don't know, man. How many knots? I don't know. I mean, it's not. It's hours away.
RealCBDThatWorks.com. Get 30% off with
Tom in the promo code RealCBDThatWorks.com for inflammation, pain, and to help with anxiety. Speaking of anxiety, Cheryl paid only $800 at least. I say only. I mean, some people pay thousands for a vacation. Cheryl only paid $800 for 6 days. That should have told her something, right? And I think what they were doing is probably trying to raise a bunch of money right before they went out of business. That's what it sounds like. Cheryl, or they just were desperate. Who knows? But when did they close?
They closed at the end of October, and I actually went through Book VIP. I did not go through the resort itself.
It's
I went
Book
through Book VIP.
Okay, and what are they offering you? Anything?
It's a timeshare. So, that's where I think they're doing it for less. So you do...
No, what I'm asking is that you...
Oh.
Do you own a timeshare and you were trading or not?
No.
And when you went through Book VIP, are they offering you a refund?
No, they would not. And that's the funny thing.
What did they say?
They basically said that they would keep the money on hold.
Well,
and I could use it later.
Did you? I hope you paid by credit card.
I did.
Then contest it immediately. Don't even think about it.
I did. And what I did, though, is I gave them the benefit of the doubt, and I said, what I purchased, the service I purchased, not available, so I didn't receive it, so I should get a refund.
Exactly. And what did what credit card company is it?
It's through Merrick Bank. So it is a Visa card.
They should not have any question about this.
Well, here's the funny thing, and here's where my struggle. I've been going
quickly. What is the problem?
I contacted the credit card company, and the credit card company says, "Well, Book VIP offered you an alternative."
Yeah, but you don't accept it. You don't accept it.
I didn't. But I've got the time off of work. I got money on the table. I don't want to lose the vacation. I leave in 2 days. And I said to the credit card company, I said, that's not what I purchased. But they offered you an alternative. So I thought, okay, let me take the bait. This gets better.
Oh, no.
Let me take the bait. So I called Book VIP and I go, what's my alternative? And they sent me over to Now Jade. So then I booked Now Jade. And where the plot thickens here is...
Well, I'll tell you where the plot thickens is you screwed yourself, okay? You absolutely screwed yourself. Because we could have gotten you a refund had you not done that. We could have gotten you a credit with your credit card company. So I need to know, are you going on another vacation?
I am, but I booked it separately. But let me finish.
But what does that mean? Is the 800 being applied?
No, it is not. So what I did is I not only talked to Book VIP, they canceled the alternative on me as well. So I said, the first one wasn't available. I take the bait. I take your alternative, and you canceled that on me as well. And their excuse was, well, we don't book groups. And I go, groups?
Well, listen. I don't. Why are we wasting time, Cheryl? You had the second alternative canceled. Cancel it on your credit card.
Well, I did, and then MasterCard or Merrick Bank said, well, they gave you a alternative, so there's your conclusion.
But the alternative was canceled.
Exactly.
Well, then, okay, so then the alternative was canceled. Are they saying you had a third alternative or a second alternative, I mean? Is that what they said?
Well, they said that the first time they denied it because they offered the alternative.
Yes, what about this time?
Second time, and they denied it again. And
why did they deny it again?
I have no idea, because the second one was also canceled.
That's right. So you have to go back.
Escalate it to upper management.
No.
So
We need, listen,
on upper management.
You absolutely, positively do not have to pay for an alternative that was canceled, okay? So you need to stay on your credit card. That's what you need to do. You need to stay on your credit card. I don't know what else to tell you. They will not charge you for something you did not get. And we'll get involved, but this is so obvious and so simple. I have no idea why they're giving you such a hard time.
I have no idea either, Tom. And here's the conclusion to this, though. I got my answer.
Yeah, what is it?
I'm sitting here. Well, last weekend, I got so fed up. I'm like, what
What's
are my
the
other
answer?
alternatives? I looked up you, and I looked up the BBB.
Gotcha. BBB, think Brontosaurus. Go ahead. Anyway, what happened?
I filed a complaint through the BBB on both Book VIP and on Merrick Bank. This was over the weekend.
Yeah.
As I'm sitting here, I had an appointment earlier this morning, and I didn't see this before the phone call that we had today.
No, it's okay.
So I actually have your answer for you.
What is it?
And it is...
Drum roll.
Yeah, drum roll. I'm like, wow, you're not going to believe this.
What?
So Book VIP, I expected the credit card to be the one to step up. And this came actually from Book VIP. It says, Cheryl, Book VIP refund process, no further action required.
Okay.
But let me tell you what, though. What a hoop to jump through. What fraud.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yes.
From now on, man, people have learned lessons. With all this pandemic crap going on, boy, have people... Where are you going, by the way? Where are you going?
Cancun.
Good. Have a great time. And now you got your refund. That's great news, by the way. Nick at Renew Home Innovations, I have one quick question from someone. And they wanted to know... as far as the wet space in the shower, if they have a wheelchair, because I mentioned about the low threshold, can people in wheelchairs, can you design a shower for that, and is it extra?
No, it's not really an extra fee. And we have products that are specifically designed for ADA compliance, but still allow the space to have an elegance that doesn't give it a convalescent look or appeal.
And I think one of the questions was also renewhomeinnovations.com. Can that be done next day installation if it's in stock, the same as a regular shower, or is that a little extra time?
The shower pan is a custom fit shower pan, so that may take a little bit longer, but typically a handful of days, not weeks.
Okay, so renewhomeinnovations.com, 303-904-2000. He can do wheelchair and ADA-compliant showers. It might take a little more than a day. We have to take a break, Mark.
Hey, listen, coming up after this break, think of this. You sign a confidentiality agreement with your employer. Let's say you're a nanny or something like that. You sign that agreement, then they don't pay you. Are you breaking that agreement if you talk about them?
Well, if they don't pay you, you would think all things are off. We got a lot going on. Don't let this... Did the guy with his car, did he hang up?
He did, but the dealership on Kathy's car did call me back, and I have some answers.
Okay, but that poor guy where the seller wanted a key, don't give him a key. We have more coming up.
Tell your smart device
to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
There's nobody called Barnett Duran.
Talk station available on over 2,000 devices. Now,
now I understand.
This report is sponsored by Audible. From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, travel around the Mile High City freeway system for the most part in decent shape. No delays in I-25, wide open from Thornton and Northland through downtown, traveling into the tech center. I-70 looking good from Arvada all the way out to Pena Boulevard.
Barnett Duran, the real estate man.
85 in Aurora, the 270 commute in Commerce City in decent shape. Trouble-free on the Turnpike. No delays on 470 in the Highlands Ranch commute as well. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Going to be sunny today with a high near 41. Tonight mostly clear overnight, a low of 21. Tomorrow partly sunny, warmer with a high near 55. Right now sun and 25 in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW. It's a new year and an all-new Audible. Enjoy exclusive Audible original, best-selling audiobooks, popular podcasts, and more with a listening plan that works for you. Find out more and start listening free with a 30-day trial. You good on these? Oh.
FrankDuranTheRealEstateMan.com. This guy is one of the best people you'll meet, not just one of the best real estate brokers. And by the way, he can help you in every aspect of selling your home, from cleaning it to staging it to outbound marketing. Outbound marketing means he sells it when he lists it most of the time instead of relying on someone else. FrankDuranTheRealEstateMan.com. He also does free market valuations of your property with no obligation. 303-920-1622. TheArtOfGranite.com means quality. TheArtOfGranite.com means value. TheArtOfGranite.com means prices on the phone. He's a direct stone importer. He sells all the materials wholesale. He even lets you buy them elsewhere and puts them on his wholesale account. So all materials are wholesale. Terra and Holloway's free. The bathroom's free when you do the kitchen. If you're doing granite, you must call him for a bid. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919.
This is Bill Ampere, General Manager.
Tommy, I just looked myself. Daniel says Real CBD doesn't go to Panacea anymore. So you might want to look at that.
That's Mikey who does that. What?
I looked and it didn't go to him either, so I don't know if maybe we typed some. Oh, we put in Real CBD, not Real CBD that works. It was Real CBD. Daniel, are you hearing that?
Real CBD that works.
Daniel, it's Real CBD that works, not Real CBD. Should we get a new video guide, Tom?
Who's Daniel?
Dan, Deputy Dan. I call him Daniel.
He's an idiot.
Maybe it's finding out what your audience really thinks about your business name. Maybe you don't even know what questions you're supposed to be asking. Let the research raccoons know what's on your mind, and they'll poll potential U.S.-based customers that day, giving you clean data you can use to make smarter business decisions for less than you think. No matter the size of your business, Research Raccoon gives you the tools to learn at an affordable price. So discover what your business should be doing and move with confidence with Research Raccoon. Visit ResearchRaccoon.com to learn more and discover which plan is best for you. ResearchRaccoon.com. Fast results with big data.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and if one of your goals in 2021 is to move into a different home because of the time you spent in your home during 2020, Ideal Home Loans can help. And here's the great news. Thanks to record low interest rates, your buying power is stronger than ever. Ideal Home Loans can walk you through the whole process and make it fast, simple, and easy. Talk to one of our salary-based lending specialists today at 303-867-7000. Be sure to ask about our 3-week closing guarantee where we will underwrite and approve your loan ahead of time so that you can go out in this competitive market and make an offer that's like making an offer with cash. Gone are the days of getting caught up in the bidding war. At Ideal Home Loans, you don't have to. And if you need help with a real estate agent, we can refer you to one that we trust who can walk you through the whole process. Call today at 303-867-7000, or you can apply online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender, regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Sam's new project needs a project manager right away if she's going to manage the deadline.
It took an extra week to get approvals, but they still want the original delivery date. I guess we'll figure something out.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet. The faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
I'm Alec Baldwin. Listen to my podcast, Here's the Thing, on iHeartRadio. It's my chance to talk with artists, policymakers, and performers, like Kristen Bell.
I always like to say I love being an actress, but I love being Kristen. So I prioritize that a little bit more than my desire to spread my wings or prove to people that I can be some dramatic actress.
If you like listening as much as I like talking with interesting people, then go to Here's the Thing on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Denver's talk station.
Online at khelp.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your
Troubleshooter.
303
713-TALK, 303-713-8255. SaferNet.com is protection for you and your kids. Listen, or your company. You can protect your laptop, your iPhones, your smartphones of any kind, your tablets for just $2 each a month. Really, $2 each a month. You got to find out more at SaferNet.com. In fact, to prove how great this service is, it filters out all bad stuff, basically, from getting into your computers and phones, and it stops attacks, and it also speeds up your connection because you're not fighting off attacks. And it runs in the background. It's an app, SaferNet.com. You get 44 days free just putting Tom in the promo code. That's certainly enough time to evaluate it. SaferNet.com. Let's keep going. Kathy bought a car that's basically salvaged. It says so on Carfax. Mark found out in 5 minutes. Why didn't the dealer know? The dealer's supposed to tell the customer. That's one of the disclosures required. But what we wondered, is it a disclosure if they don't know about it? But then again, as Mark said, anybody can just say they didn't know about it. But Mark, as I said, found out in a few minutes by simply looking at Carfax. So Norris is with SOS Inspections. He does a lot of used car checking. That's what he does for a living for people. Everyone should have their car checked. But Norris, my question to you, does it say in the disclosure that they have to disclose it being salvaged if they know it, or are they supposed to find out?
They're supposed to find out. They're supposed to be the authority. They're the expert. They're the ones that are selling the car.
Okay, so they can't claim ignorance. They can't claim ignorance.
No, they can't.
That's it in a nutshell. And do you find this happening a lot when you inspect a car?
I do. A lot of dealers think that they can go on selling cars without disclosing material particulars, or in this case, a title brand.
Now, he mentioned material particulars, which is part of a law. What are other things they must disclose?
Gosh, I don't have the list right in front
I
of me.
do.
I
can tell you, but I mean, I was asking you. I mean, I have it because of you. And in other words, you're the one that helped me put this list together. Yeah, go ahead. But it is definitely something that they have to do. And I have it here somewhere. I'll find it. But, oh, there it is. Okay, so on this master list, let me see. I think I put it way down here. It's
on that first one, though, real quick, Norris, where do I find that? Where is the regulation saying that they have to disclose it, whether they knew about it or not?
Right here. Hold on. I'll tell you where it is.
Well,
it's in the let's see, the motor vehicle. It's in a law here, Mark. The law is.
But doesn't stuff get reported late on Carfax, like Stuff might get reported today that happened months ago?
No. They have to check the car out. Carfax, nobody anointed Carfax as the car god. Here, even though you bought a car as is, that doesn't mean you're out of luck when it turns into be a limit. The Colorado state law found here, I got a link here, Mark. It says that basically that law, Code of Colorado Regulations, and I don't know why my computer's taking a crap. Okay, it is CCR 205-1. It's all in there, absolutely every part of it. And in part it says material particulars include but are not limited to the salvage vehicle term, and it's also part of frame and unibody damage, flood, fire, hail, accident, collision, if it's been modified in any way that impacts the warranty, if it's been declared a total loss in any way, if it's been used for hire, rental, loaner for a courtesy vehicle. I'm telling you, it has to be clearly disclosed. The motor vehicle had been put to use, had been altered in a way that a reasonable person would find concerning. I mean, it's crazy what it says. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
So these guys screwed her.
Now,
I talked to the dealership.
Okay, we're going to find out what that dealership said, plus more from RenewHomeInnovations.com. And Glenn wants to talk about stocks. Stick around, Glenn. Arlene, grandson in jail. She says it's a scam. Dylan, a comment on heavy equipment operators. All of that coming up. This is a very busy show on the Troubleshooter Network.
Wow. Whoa. You know, that fucking, that Nokia, man. It just keeps creeping up.
I know, but, okay. Now, Mark.
You're kidding me. That's just ridiculous, really.
This is a crazy law, isn't it?
It doesn't say knowingly, huh?
Nope. Nope.
Now you're getting slammed with more costs.
No, it's not.
Having fun, that's it.
Well, she should be able to show up to small claims court with that.
I'm telling you, Mark, this is the greatest thing I've found.
Let us help free you from your overpriced, useless, money-draining timeshare. We're the leaders in the industry with decades of experience canceling timeshares worldwide, legally and permanently. And we offer a 100% money-back guarantee. Start the freedom process now. Call us at 855-48-CANCEL. 855-48-CANCEL.
It goes so far as to say, would consider unusual. Now, I'm telling you, man, this is crazy what the law does. Unusual or extraordinary. Yes. If a reasonable person can find it. Norris is a pretty smart guy, man.
Newly sworn-in Secretary of State Antony Blinken held his first press briefing for his staff today at the State Department. Blinken says he is committed to rebuilding morale and fostering a transparent environment.
I will insist that you speak and speak up without fear or favor, and I will have your back.
Blinken takes over for former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. Members of the Biden administration's COVID-19 response team held their first briefing today, focusing on ramping up vaccinations and using the Defense Production Act for U.S. companies to help make COVID supplies. Chief White House medical advisor...
Well, I'm really glad I jumped in that fucker this morning, man. I figured, fuck it, we'll take a gamble.
...is testing for the newest variants.
It is going to be looking at efficacy not only in the United States, but also in South Africa and in Brazil.
Fauci also says he is confident that current vaccines should work against the new variants. This is ABC News. Britain is now...
Fucking Fauci has no credit.
You realize if I put a $500,000 there, I would have made $250,000 by now.
A sad milestone.
Instead of putting $20,000 in, we do it now. Fuck, man, are you afraid? Yeah, I'm fucking afraid of it.
No, Mark, listen, man.
We truly did everything we could.
Yeah, I am. I'll tell you what, we'd move it quick. I go in there and fucking put in $1 million right now. I guarantee that motherfucker will move.
We would move it.
Yeah, a little. Someone sees an order of $1 million going in through Ameritrade, they're going to be like, what the fuck?
The Changes include allowing
Dude, I've watched it go up 50 cents.
and clear nail polish for
What?
cyber events.
Well, this price we could this morning is one I should have fucking done it this morning. I mean, I did fucking 40 grand. Did I?
Nazi Germany.
You got half.
Victor Openda, ABC News.
The success.
Here's how
I did some of
Here's how why did you do more? And then you'd be lost. Fuck, why'd you do that?
Yeah, I know. It's never ending.
Oh, Mark, it's fucking crazy.
But think about that.
No,
if we did $1 million, we'd be up to $500,000 today.
Get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database.
Let's watch the next one.
Yeah, that's the problem now, man.
According to Breezy HR 2019.
And then when do you duck? I'm staring at this one going, when do I duck?
Hey, to talk things off in here, I don't know why. You have
what is off, bro?
Y'all can't hear me when I'm talking.
I'm sorry.
But Simply Floors before we come back in.
Oh, I wonder why we can't hear you.
Newsmax.com for breaking news and downloading the free Newsmax app on their smartphones. Newsmax TV is on all major cable systems. If you don't get Newsmax, call your cable operator or watch it free on Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Xumo, Pluto, and smart TVs like Samsung and LG. Newsmax is real news for real people. Watching today.
KHAL News Time, 12:03.
State health officials say all of us can help ensure that vaccines have a greater impact when they're distributed.
If we're able to maintain our current level of transmission control for the next few months, at least through June 1st, that's really our best way to limit the impact of COVID-19 in the state.
That's the health department's Dr. Rachel Herlihy. People can now sign up for vaccine appointments at Safeway and King Soopers websites. 9 elected Colorado officials, including Senators Michael Bennet and John Hickenlooper, are hoping the Biden administration will review the planned move of Space Command in Birmingham, Alabama. The group thinks former President Donald Trump's political considerations influenced the move from Peterson Air Force Base in Springs. Nats scored 3 in the first and 4-1 the second. They beat San Jose at Ball Arena last night 7-3. Nico Ratinen loved the fact that all 4 lines were able to find the back of the net.
All of the 4 lines, played really well. 6 different goal scorers, so that's important for the team on Twitch. So it was fun to watch.
Nuggets try to extend their win streak to 5 tonight in Miami. College hoops, CU takes on Washington State tonight. That's 7. That's the latest. I'm Chuck Clark.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Exergen Temporal Scanner.
From the Bedford Sports Traffic Center, no major problems on the Mile High City Highway Drive at this time. Crews are still working on a crash on westbound I-70 near Wadsworth. Actually, it's a jackknife semi. It might be off the roadway there. Not seeing any delays. Just travel through that area with caution. That's the only problem spot being reported on or off the highway across the Mile High City. I-25 wide open through the heart of town. No delays at 470 and Highlands Ranch. 6th Avenue is running smooth out in Lakewood as well. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Sunny today with a high near 41. Tonight, clear overnight and a low of 21. Right now, we've got sunny skies and 25. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHAL.
Fever is the leading sign of COVID-19. Use an accurate thermometer for twice daily checks. Protect your loved ones with the Exergen Temporal Scanner. It takes an accurate reading in seconds and is the only home thermometer recommended by hospitals, physicians, and clinics. Stay safe with Exergen.
SimplyFloorsInc.com. These guys are great. When we wanted new carpet in our house, I went online to SimplyFloorsInc.com. I set up an appointment. I even picked the person I wanted to come out. They came out, they measured, they showed me the samples, and it's nice looking at the samples right next to your furniture. Everything matches up. It was that easy. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Not only will you save up to 40%, but they bring the showroom to you. You can always visit their showroom as well, but I wouldn't. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
If you're within 5 years of retiring, Allworth Financial is hosting a New Year Retirement Workshop that should top this year's list of resolutions. You'll get a financial advisor's perspective on the topics you'll need to master now, and straightforward answers to your most pressing financial questions, like how much money you'll need, basic investment management, and how Social Security fits into your retirement paycheck. Register today for one of our free New Year Retirement Workshops, January 26th through the 28th at allworthfinancial.com. And together, let's resolve to retire better.
It's the Dan Kapla Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
What is the Colorado GOP's path to victory in 22? Who would you like to see take on Bennett and Polis? And Polis's sacred cow, legal pot, continues to consume way too many innocent lives in Colorado, particularly children. I'll have the latest on that. Join me.
It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword, SMILE, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info key. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's SMILE to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. We are here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, and to take complaints. I'm serious. That's what we do here. I want you to hold me to task when I recommend people, too, like Water Pros. When I tell you that they're the cheapest but best quality and most honest people in the water treatment business, you take that to the bank. Waterpros.net. Whole house conditioning, under $2,000. Whole house fully installed. Whole house filtration, which personally I don't think you need, but that's under $2,000. What I think you need is a drinking water little fountain. I have one at the sink. That's under $1,000. That you can make all the bottled water you want. And it's beautiful water, wonderful water, as somebody would say, bigly water. No, I'm just kidding. It's a great system. Waterpros.net. You talk to Paul, the waterman. Take it to the bank. Okay, now, God, we got to get through this. We got to get through this because we're really got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so Kathy bought a car from Brothers Autos, LLC, Ward Road, Wheat Ridge. It was clearly a salvage vehicle, never disclosed. As a result, this woman's upside down after a crash. And Norris said they have to disclose it. They can't claim, Norris, by the way, SOS Inspections, one of our used car experts, says they can't use ignorance as an excuse. So, Sue, you talked to the dealer.
I did,
What did
Mike.
he say?
So what he said was that there was a total loss from an accident on the vehicle. All the repairs were made properly.
Well, that's
they
fine.
Were
It's still
comfortable
salvage.
selling it, but
Yeah.
he had no idea there was any sort of salvage brand on it. He also said, Tom...
Hold on. There doesn't have to... See, this is what the thing is. It may have been a washed title, but, Norris, it doesn't say if the title was washed, you're free of this, does it? Is Norris gone? He might be gone. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry. Norris is gone. First of all, that's not an excuse. What I want to know, are they going to make him whole?
What he said was he was not willing to give the whole difference back, but he certainly wanted to make it right and work out something with them, give them
that
something
means, hey,
back.
I'm going to make you a great deal on a new car.
That's tough.
That's
They don't
not
want.
what it sounded like, Mark.
Well, that's tough, though, because you know what? Sure, he doesn't want to give the difference back, but he has to make them whole. They are lost right now, and Brothers screwed these people. Now, he said there was a crash. It was repaired properly. That's probably true. It's still a salvage vehicle.
It was totaled.
He can't. Yeah, that's right. It was totaled. And you can't say, well, the title had been washed. It didn't have a designation. Therefore, it's not salvage. The law does not say it has an S designation. It says if the car sustained major damage or was salvaged or was declared a complete loss by the insurance company. So, Brothers, we can just take you to court on this. And you know what? It's not that difficult because she will easily win, and possibly get damages. So you can relate that information. Now, did they do this intentionally? I'm not going to say they did this intentionally. In other words...
Well, he already acknowledged it was totaled and it was fixed properly. That's what he told Suzanne.
Can a car be totaled without being salvaged? Is that possible?
Yes. But even if it was, it still had to be disclosed. You see, it doesn't limit it to salvaged. It says heavily damaged or complete loss to the insurance company, which it was.
Here's what it says right on the Carfax. Total loss vehicle. Vehicle
Total
declared.
There.
A total loss
Total
by
loss.
an insurance company.
I wonder if the girl was told that there was an accident on it, a
It doesn't
serious
matter.
one.
It needs to be disclosed in writing.
Oh, got it.
Look at Brothers, you did wrong, okay? And I'm going to continue to tell people every single day. Brothers Autos, avoid them like the plague. Ward Road, Wheat Ridge, 720-385-8889. Avoid them like the plague. Brothers Autos, LLC, Ward Road, Wheat Ridge, 720-385-8889. Avoid them like the pandemic. Avoid them. There is no vaccination here.
Now,
avoid them.
To follow on this entire lesson, though, on top of knowing what you're purchasing, the other thing is if you knowingly purchase a salvage vehicle, I don't care what the value is, and you fully insure that vehicle, this is exactly what can happen. If you buy a hail-damaged car and then all of a sudden there's other problems with it, your insurance company is not going to pay you the vehicle price.
Should the lender have seen that on a Carfax before they approved a loan on it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they should have, but they don't.
They probably trusted the dealer.
There's no fiduciary duty of them doing it. I don't think you can say, hey, you shouldn't have loaned me money on this. Hey, Kathy, listen, I do not want you falling for this shyster's, hey, let's get you in another car deal, okay? Because what he's looking to do is make now even more money off these people. And the only way, if he wants to make it right in a true car deal, the only way is if we look at that car deal and honest to God, you're getting you're really getting a deal. I mean, really. Not this, hey, I'll tell you what, bring it on in. Or, no. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to warn people for the rest of my life, because this is a clear-cut ripoff, whether intentional or not. Brothers Autos damaged this girl. Brothers Autos, LLC, Ward Road, Wheat Ridge, 720-385-8889. The COVID of dealerships. Stay away. Worse than the COVID. This is worse damage. So, Brothers COVID Autos, Ward Road, ward away from them, 720-385-8889. This triple screw job you're going to get here. This guy not only knew it, admits it, but did not disclose it, and now will not make it right. He says, well, I can't make up the whole difference. Well, that's too damn sad, isn't it? He's the one that sold it, and guess what? That's too bad.
He sold a totaled vehicle for what a non-totaled vehicle is worth.
Now,
yes, he did.
Here's what I want to know. Now, I wouldn't mind as long as it was disclosed properly according to the law. You're going to go the deal. You got to take these steps, Kathy. The Dealer Licensing Board, file an official complaint with the Dealer Licensing Board. Number 2, you have this girl initiate, and she can call back Mark for logistics. He doesn't give legal advice on filing small claims. Then she goes in and she files small claims for the loss because it was negligent per se, meaning that this guy, this is what I would do. Negligence per se, meaning this guy was negligent in that he did not follow the law. As a result, I am damaged. Had this been a real, regular car, my insurance would have paid me everything. But now
it's going to be breach of contract. They're supposed to put on that contract it was salvaged or that it was totaled, and they didn't.
I don't know if it is breach, Mark, but I do know that the guy was negligent by not disclosing it, and it cost her loss.
Suzanne, give her my email.
And she starts small. So 2 things. First, Dealer Licensing Board. Second, small claims court.
Okay.
Now, do you want to give them a chance and talk to them to see how they want to make it up? Because really, if he bought a car at wholesale, let's say, I mean, really, but we're going to check him. We're not going to let you do a deal with it. And then they say, look, come in and get this car, and for the balance you owed, you get this car, and it's a good deal. Then maybe you want to do that. So I wouldn't mind if she called back, but do not let him talk you into anything until you run it by us. And then we'll have Norris check it out and make sure it's a good deal. So other than that, that's what you have to do. Give your information to Suze so we stay in touch. Meanwhile, people, until we know how he's going to deal with this, you avoid Brothers Autos, LLC. We have a confirmed screw job here. He's on Ward Road, Wheat Ridge. Avoid him like COVID-19. Make believe you're in a pandemic and they are the Cootie Central. 720-385-8889. The oozing pus of COVID sores at Brothers Autos, LLC. The pandemic of ripoffs right there. Okay? Brothers Autos, 720-385-8889. Now, for Brothers attorneys, because he sounds like he's an idiot, so he's going to call an attorney and say, I want to sue that Tom Martino, as if he's not the 600th person to do it and lose. I want to make a special note to the attorney. Dear Mr. Attorney, despite what you've heard in social media that you can be censored, there truly is free speech in this country. I'm exercising it. I can say what I want, so long as it's not a lie. And I am giving my opinion as well. They bought a car. He did not disclose it was wrecked as required by law, whether it was salvaged or not. I don't even know if he did it on purpose, but it doesn't matter. Whether he intended to or not, they're suffering losses. And brothers told us, I don't know if I can make up the complete loss, but let's see what we can do, which is unacceptable. And until there is a resolution, I think it's fair of me to warn other consumers that this could also happen to them. So I'm recommending people stay away from Brothers Autos LLC on Ward Road in Wheat Ridge at 720-385-8889. That is my recommendation, my opinion, and my freedom of speech, which I know hurt a lot of you when you hear that, but that's what it is, like it or not.
Computer hacking is all over the news, and our personal information is everywhere. But our biggest risk isn't credit card fraud. No. Identity thieves are targeting
Paragon, Mark.
homes and literally forge a quick claim deed.
Me doing back to back.
Then they borrow against your home to take the money. You won't know until non-payment notices start showing up. Home Title Lock is your best defense. Register now to see if your home's title has been compromised. Visit HomeTitleLock.com and use promo TitleLock.com, promo code radio.
You looking for a home loan, whether it's a refinance or purchase money? Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. And why do I say it? Established in Colorado for Colorado, Brent Ivinson still at the helm. They serve you with the best mortgage for you, not for them. And by the way, that means that their salary-based employees work to get you the best loan. They're a direct mortgage lender, which means lower costs and lower rates, and you can compare and shop for yourself also. Listen to this one. They have benefits like the interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. Who else does that? They also have custom terms. You don't have to go to 15 or 30. You can get any term in between, your choice. And who else does credit optimization? That means you're approved, but they still work on your credit quickly to get you even better pricing by simply changing an address maybe to make it more accurate or paying down a balance by a few bucks. And then they have pre-approvals, which are like cash deals. Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com.
Oh man, if this commercial is not important, I don't know what is. Here's the bottom line. If you own a home, a condo, anything like that, and you have homeowner's insurance, their only goal in life, if you ever do have a claim like hail damage, is to screw you. I know you're saying, oh, I've been with State Farm or Allstate forever. The bottom line is if they offer you $30,000, they probably owed you $60,000. Thank goodness for Paragon Services and Matt. Matt came out to my house when my insurance company had the audacity to tell me I had zero damage. Matt came out, met with that adjuster, pointed out the actual damage, and got me $65,000. 0 to $65,000. He has gotten listeners so much money I can't even tell you. If you have a claim, even within the last year, I'm telling you they didn't pay you enough, you can get free cash in your pocket. Call Matt now, 719-726-0020, 719-726-0020.
Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word will treat you right at Insurance. Hi, I'm Todd Chikini. You know, my dad started making that play in the radio when I was no more than 12 years old.
Okie dokie doo.
That what we do is not rocket science. All right, let's show you. Success simply comes from treating people as we'd like to be treated. And this is Dan Chikini. Todd's totally correct.
I think there's a speaker in here somewhere.
You want
no, not on these volumes here. There is
no one of those
underneath. No, I know that, but I have it turned on.
That's what I'd want too.
How about the other
one? I know, that's why.
No, it's turned up. What I'm saying is that usually there is something underneath, but who would go underneath and turn that down?
Normally Michael Brown probably would. I don't think he likes to hear it.
Okay, I'll tell you what. If you go in and talk over the speaker, not over the headphone. I'll play with this model. I think I have
Go ahead and talk.
Yeah, we'll see. And then 15 and 888 heat. Do those clash?
Yeah, they absolutely.
Okay, so I'll move one of them.
Oh, yes. Why would you, once again, traffic in the same break?
I did water froze. So the only, if I can get it done, my in-house company, so all in-house will be done.
Who have already paid your maintenance fees for this year, it's not too late. Get started with Timeshare Termination Team this month, and they will apply what you paid for this year's maintenance fee toward the cost of our services. Timeshare Termination Team will get you out of your timeshare legally and permanently, guaranteed in writing. So if you're ready to finally be free from your timeshare burden, give them a call. Tell them Ross Kaminsky sent you and receive a maintenance fee credit this month only. So call 303-766-2255. That's 303-766-2255, or visit timeshareterminationteam.com today. Timeshare Termination Team. They will get you out.
Winter is a sure thing. Give it jump on it. Just $79 to get your furnace running, to make sure it's in tip-top shape. Turn to the experts you trust. Go with Plumline Services, earning trust in Metro Denver more than 20 years. Catch things before they turn into expensive problems. Make your own appointment now online at plumlineservices.com. No phone call, no wait, no hassle. That's just $79 to get that furnace up and running with a no breakdown guarantee. Plumlineservices.com. Service at home. Service.
Research Raccoon can answer any question about your business for less than you think. From a new product to a small tweak on a proven winner, Research Raccoon gives you U.S.-based data you can put to use that day. Plus, it's affordable enough for small businesses. So stop wondering if your business is on the right track and know for sure with data to back it by using Research Raccoon. Visit researchraccoon.com.
Right, can you guys hear me?
Plan is best for you.
You can.
Anytime.
This is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Michelin Endurance Wipers.
For the first time since 2013, no players were elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Former Rockies first baseman.
Oh, that's weird. No players? I wonder why.
Which was up 16% from
for the first time in history.
Lit up the scoreboard to defeat the
They said no one was.
Sox scored 2 goals, and Nico Rantanen scored a goal in the 6th straight game. And the surging Nuggets will take on a shorthanded Miami Heat team tonight, depleted by injuries and COVID-19. I'm Pete Catherine.
Upgrade to the wiper blades trusted by Rainer Zietlow to break world record. Michelin Endurance XT silicone wiper blades are real-world proven for extreme weather performance that lasts 2 times longer than any other blade. The new Michelin Endurance XT silicone wiper blade, only available at Walmart.
All right, guys, you got backing up the team.
Fishing with Michael Brown. Rioters in Libya are burning down.
What are you doing? You got a TV shoot?
The police down with them. Now, why is this happening? I'll give you 2 guesses, and it's not Muslims. Yes,
oh, that should be a good one.
It's going to be for a number of different places. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK.
713-8255. Don't forget Compass Insurance, home of the insurance checkup. If you call, you can compare your insurance, and they'll go through everything to make sure you have a good deal. If not, they'll let you know. They compare it to like 25 companies. Really, you got to do it. At least once every 2 or 3 years. 3 years for sure. The free insurance checkup, 303-996-9000. Won't cost you anything. And why wouldn't you want to know? 303-996-9000. All right, so look, Glenn, you have a comment on the stock thing going on. Go ahead, and then we have some questions for Nick at Renew Home Innovations. Go ahead, Glenn, what's happening?
Hey, well, I was listening to your ramble about the brothers' lawyers. I actually made about $100 on BlackBerry and Nokia and AMC Entertainment are all also targets of this little project.
AMC, I think they're in bankruptcy, and aren't they pumping that stock up with demand?
Yeah, so we jumped in this morning.
On Nokia, right?
Yeah, we jumped in with a lot of shares this morning, like at, I don't know, 734. I bought most of them at about $4.90.
So, what do you think's happening with AMC?
Oh, it's the same thing. It's there's a Reddit discussion board
Are they telling people to buy? What is their goal?
They're looking for companies that have a lot of shorts, because the only way you can make something go up as quick as these are going up is a short squeeze. So they're identifying companies that have a lot of short interest.
And then those people have to buy before
those
it goes
people,
up to...
their margins will be called. I'm telling you. I don't care who you are. You short something through Ameritrade, you better have like $1 billion in there to cover something like this.
How do they know who has a lot of shorts borrowed? How do they know that?
Well, they know that because you're borrowing them from your broker. It's in
I know, but how does the public, how do the kids on Reddit know it?
When a lot of these hedge funds, when they go out and make a move, they're required to say what they're doing. And then a lot of them are just loudmouths that'll go on CNBC and brag about all their money they're making.
So what are you doing, Glenn, personally? You made $100?
Yeah, just kind of, about 200 since I've been on hold, but...
Isn't that crazy?
You guys are busy.
That's pretty cool,
yeah,
Glenn.
And it's not anything that I'm,
doing.
If I lose it, hey, whatever. I'm not trying to bet the farm or bet the rent on it, but, it's kind of interesting and kind of fun. But if you look up Reddit, or if you have an account, look for r/Wall Street Bets. r/Wall Street Bets. And,
all right, man.
There's like 3.5 million people on that particular board, and that's where a lot of this is coming from.
Thank you.
If you bought, we were talking about this over break.
Just think, $1 million, it goes up $1, you make $1 million.
Well, yeah, but a million shares.
I mean, excuse me, 1 million shares.
But if you bought $1 million or anything, if you bought $1 million worth of NOK or Nokia this morning, when we bought it, we didn't buy that much, but we bought a lot. It would be worth $500,000 more right now. It's up 54%.
But is there always a buyer if we want to dump?
Well, when you sell that many, you sell them a little slow, but there's so much action on that stock, it'd probably sell fairly quick. I would sell it at market. I wouldn't say sell it at $750. I'd say just sell it.
Wow. Is AMC way up there already? Is it too late to get in?
I'm not touching. I'm nervous.
Well,
See,
Mark,
Nokia, the reason I'm not nervous about Nokia, I do know it's a good $4 or $5 stock, and that's about what we're in for.
Nick, renewhomeinnovations.com, by the way, 303-904-2000. We had a question, Nick, on tubs. Someone said, does Nick do just tubs? Because you say you do the wet space, you do custom showers. You do you do just tubs? If they wanted to do like that, they want to do a shower and a tub.
Absolutely. We have all different types of tubs, whether it's a standard 16, 17-inch high tub. We have jetted tubs. We have walk-in tubs. We have all different types of tubs. And certainly, yeah, they're not extinct. They're just not the most popular, but we absolutely.
But you do have standalone tubs that you can do.
Beautiful tubs. And
okay.
Yeah,
Nick,
beautiful tubs.
Someone wants to know what showers run on the economic side, and then some of the more custom, beautiful ones, average. Do you have any prices and sizes?
Well, I'll tell you what. They really kind of are bracketed in different ways.
Yeah.
Some of the more affordable things that you'll find out there in the market are going to be somewhere in the 7 to 10, 7 to 11 range. Some of the higher stuff, probably the top-end showers, are going to be upwards of 25 to 30,000, but that's usually going to be like a steam shower system.
Yeah, or jetted tubs or different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most shower systems that we find are going to be somewhere in the 10 to 15 range.
Okay. But we're talking about, this is not for fix and flippers. But what about that? What do you have if somebody wanted to go cheap? And maybe you don't. I'm just wondering.
Well, I believe we have a product to fit any budget.
Okay.
It's a fix and flip, and we have American Standard has really hit a home run with their product lines, and we've got plenty of options.
Okay.
Plenty of price points we can fit. We can help any of your
all right, good.
I love that good, better, best philosophy.
Yeah,
honestly, you got to fix and flip. Nick's got something for you.
Right.
You got a $2 million house. Nick's got something for you.
303-904-2000. Don't let predicting the price be a deterrent. Call them and at least find out. 303-904-2000. Dylan, you have a comment on that heavy equipment operator. He said he's having trouble finding work. Are you there, Nick? Dylan?
Yeah, hey, Tom.
Yeah, man, what's happening?
Well, with that previous caller saying that he was looking for work, I sell heavy equipment, and I would say my customers number one issue, especially right now, but it's something that's been going on in the industry for a long time, is finding qualified operators, man. I mean, if he truly is, looking for work, which I can appreciate, hanging out on unemployment.
Exactly.
But if he's really looking for work, I mean, he could find a job tomorrow.
You know what? It sounded to me like, I hate to say this, man. It sounds like he was waiting for someone to knock on the door and say, hey, here's some money for you.
Dude, with that CDL he was talking about, if it's clear, I said you can go to Walmart right now, get a signing bonus, start between 70 and 80, and be making over 100 after a year. I mean, it's crazy.
But didn't you get the impression he was waiting for opportunity to knock at the door?
As I put it, he was holding out for management.
Yeah. But thank you, Dylan. And where are they available? Are they available in the Springs area too?
All over the state, man.
Okay, see, Dylan knows. He says he's doing it. You don't have to sit home on unemployment. Arlene wants to talk about this scam. Arlene, this is very, very important. You hold on, and we warn people about it right after this.
Investors in about a minute. Have your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword SMILE to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation.
Hey, do you have, if you have it on there, I have to do it before I leave. It cannot be in Mark's hour for the first one. Hey, man, do you hear me?
This is Denver.
No, sorry. Somebody's telling us about a phone call. Hold on.
I need, there's a spot that I need to do, me. It can't be Mark for the first one. It's David Ellis Jewelers. If he's in the next hour, you got to put it.
Yeah, it's in the 45 of the next hour.
No, it has to be me.
Yeah. Like, not for Mark, it's for you?
No, it has to be before 1 o'clock. I have to do it before.
Like the top of the hour before 1 o'clock. Oh, okay.
No, like maybe 12:45. Let me do it. And then move something else into there. Okay, thank you, man. Thank you. Just the first couple I have to do. And by the way, Suzanne, let me explain about it. About David Ellis and YouTube. You'll understand. I've got to explain it to you separately. Okay?
41. Right now, sunny and 25. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
Fever is the leading sign of COVID-19. Use an app.
All right, 10 seconds to red light at home, investors.
Protect your loved ones with the Exogen Temporal Scanner. It takes an accurate reading in seconds and is the only home thermometer recommended by hospitals, physicians, and clinics. Stay safe with Exogen.
Here you go.
Listen, there is a phone number you can call that will cost you nothing, but it could be just what you want to buy your home. I'm not recommending that they're going to give you the highest price, but I know damn well it's not going to be the lowest price. And in many, many cases, like about 3,000 cases, they've taken them up on it. You can sell your house, get a check in a couple days. No commissions, no inspections, no loan approvals, nothing. Just a check. 800-44-BUYER. Check them out. You have nothing to lose. They're looking to buy houses. See if you get it. If not, then you list it. But at least try it. 800-44-BUYER. You have nothing to lose. Let's talk about back pain. Let's talk about neuropathy, neck, headaches, sciatica. No, we're talking about chiropractic stuff. I'm a patient of chiropractic, and that's why I highly recommend my chiropractor, Bright Light Chiropractic. You find them at brightlightdenver.com. Why am I recommending them? Because a full evaluation with imaging, just $49. And guess what? Further adjustments, $35. For veterans, $30. Mike Hederscheid is a good guy, a family chiropractor, affordable. Look him up, brightlightdenver.com, 720-583-4506.
It's finally happening. We're all kissing 2020 goodbye, and we're happy to see it in our rearview mirror.
Can you turn off the sound so I can give you guys the lowdown on this one?
Approach to marketing.
Tommy?
I know, let me give you, please.
No, news lady just came in. Said they're going to call out there. Some man is irate because you're comparing a bad car deal to a bunch of people dying from the pandemic. So I don't know if by just letting you know. So whatever you're talking about, I totally missed. I have no idea what you're talking about with David Ellis.
Can we get off there?
Sure.
Let me.
Hi, I'm Rick Edelman. You know
need to invest to get better returns, but you're worried about losing a lot of money if stocks fall. Well, I have the answer for you. Introducing Downside Defender. This new service lets you own a diversified portfolio, but it lets you tell us a target value that you don't want your portfolio to go below. If the account value drops, we'll reduce your stock allocation to help prevent your portfolio from falling below the target you set. Then, as markets improve, we build the portfolio's allocation back up. Downside Defender isn't market timing. It's a smart way to defend your future. Talk with one of my colleagues here at Edelman Financial Engines so we can help you decide if Downside Defender is right for you. For now, there's limited availability for Downside Defender, so call now, 888-PLAN-RIC. That's 888-PLAN-RIC, or visit us at rickedelman.com. That's ricedelman.com.
If you're in chronic pain, you may have been told you need to live with it or be on pain meds the rest of your life. It's not true. Find out more at coloradopaincare.com. Hi, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. I want you to find this group of local doctors dedicating themselves to developing a plan just for you. Safe use of meds, physical therapy, nerve procedures, and other evidence-based treatment with proven results. coloradopaincare.com. Accepted by most insurance, Medicare, and Medicaid. 303-GOT-PAIN.
Your timeshare sits empty. Travel restrictions and quarantine is the new normal. Over and over you have heard, we are all in this together. Meanwhile, your timeshare sits empty and useless. Month after month, your timeshare company demands your maintenance, mortgage, and assessment fees, amounting to thousands of dollars per year out of your pocket for nothing. Start the freedom process. Let Timeshare Freedom Group free you from your overpriced, unavailable timeshare. Thousands have done it. Now it's your turn. The leaders in the industry, Timeshare Freedom Group, has decades of experience canceling timeshares worldwide, legally and permanently. We're so good at it, we even offer a 100% money-back guarantee. You can keep wasting your money or dump your timeshare.
I don't know. I mean, everything's a fucking fight. You ever notice that? Like, hey, I can't believe we don't have stem cell.
We'll get one. Hey man, we're just back in studio. We're just getting shit fucking rolling. Tell me this isn't a lot fucking different.
No, it's wonderful.
Number one
You were right.
Colorado. New certified pre-owned sales for 2020. Celebrate the start of 2021. Lease the new IS300.
Daphne's doing fucking great, by the way, on sale.
Oh, that's good. Come visit us today at Cooney Lexus, 5150 South Quebec Street at I-25 in Bellevue, or online at CooneyLexusOfNewVillage.com. 36 months lease with 10,000 miles per year. $999 drive off plus taxes and fees. Security deposit. Stock numbers finance 300 M5044156 and XM2244786. On approval of above average.
Oh, I'm going to tell her too.
Now, an important note regarding COVID-19. Many of us have suffered the effects of COVID-19.
Man, I can't believe you were saying that a bad car deal is worse than COVID, bro. That's crazy, Martino.
And especially stressful are the
I said a way of life.
Many of them coming after last year's delayed filings. But tax bills are not going away. That's why you need to contact my friends Ron and Jack Larson at LarsonTaxRelief.com. 844-LARSON-TAX. The Larson brothers and their team of experts are specialists in emergency and long-term back in about 30. If you're unsure of your tax status and problems, they can sort it out and help you with strategies. So you come out of this pandemic in the best possible tax position. Way better than you can.
When do you sell it? I don't know. Look at BB right now. What is BB? Let's see. What the fuck is BB?
Now number one for podcasting. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Oh, BlackBerry.
Yeah.
She said he seemed to be.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, listen. I might have just erased that by mistake. Let me cut that back. Arlene, this sounds...
by the way, people call because we do have lines open, and Mark is going to be taking a lot of calls if you want to talk about the stock market and how social media is influencing them, and all of that we're going to go through. 303-713-TALK. You can also call 303-MARTINO. Arlene, are you the one that got this call, or did somebody you know get this call, Arlene?
No, I'm the one that got the call on my cell phone.
Explain what it is to our listeners, because I want people to be aware of this on how it's done. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, the person on the phone said, Grandma, and I said, yes. And he says, I need your help. Do you know who this is? I says, is this Michael? He says, yes. He says, I need your help. I was in a car accident, and I broke my nose, and I have stitches, and I'm in jail now because they said it was reckless driving, and the lady that I hit, or the lady that hit me, was pregnant, and she's in critical condition, and I need your help. I'm going to give you my case number, and then you could call my attorney. I need your help.
So, Arlene, did you know when you were talking to this person that it wasn't your grandson?
Oh, of course.
You were just playing. You were just playing along, you little stinker.
Right, I was trying to be like Tom Martino.
Oh my goodness! And do you really have a grandson?
Yeah, I have a grandson. My grandson's 11.
And what's his name? What name did you give these scammers?
What
name
was he doing driving?
Well, I just gave him Michael because that's my son's name.
Okay, good. Okay, so that's what we have to use, Michael. Okay, and what did they say to do? What did they say to do?
Well, he said, Grandma, you have to help me because I'm going to be in jail for at least 7 days. I says, of course I'm going to help you, you know. I went along with him and everything.
So who does he want you to call?
Okay, well, he gave me a case number, okay, and then he says to call his court-appointed attorney.
Yeah, don't give us the number. I'm going to call. What is the case number?
Okay, the case number is 229 A like in Apple, 77 P like in Paul.
Okay.
And the thing is, I did call and I did speak to the attorney.
Yeah.
And then I told him, he wanted $5,000. I said, that's a lot of money. I said, can I talk to my husband? And I'm going to have my husband call you.
Good. Thank you. Oh, you set him up, Arlene. I'm your husband. What's my name?
Just your Michael's grandpa.
And did he have your last Michael's grandpa? You didn't give a name, right?
No.
And what is your? Did he have your last name?
No, he didn't.
Okay, good.
No, he didn't.
All right, hold on, just hold on.
You might want to do it after.
Okay.
Okay, I tell you what. Can I take an early break and do it after the break? Can I do that, bro? Can I do that? Let's do it. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do it right after this.
Now,
just go to
Impact
Fox News,
Traffic.
the main headline.
By the Exergen Temporal Scanner.
Fuck, it didn't show up here. I gotta find David Ellis. God damn it!
Trouble spots to watch out for. Let's start off with good news. That earlier wreck eastbound I-70 at Federal, that's been cleared. Traffic flow back up to speed on that stretch. Getting reports of a vehicle fire northbound I-25 just past Thornton Parkway. Causing some backups. Travel through there with caution. Got a crash at southbound Highway 287 and Dillon Road, just north of Northwest Parkway to watch out for. Police are on the scene. Best to avoid the area if you can. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Well, it's going to be sunny today with a high near 41. Tonight, clear overnight, a low 21. Right now, sunny and 25. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
Don't take chances with COVID-19 in your family.
10 seconds, David Ellis, and fix it.
Temperatures before dinner and before you leave home. It takes an accurate reading in seconds and is the #1 thermometer recommended by hospitals, doctors, and nurses. Stay safe with Exergen.
Okay, if you're looking for extra cash, don't make crazy mistakes by sending gold and silver or other valuables through the mail or FedEx or anything. And don't go to someone you don't know. You can take my word for it. I know this guy. He's such a... Look, I know this guy. He is so good at what he does. David Ellis, I've known him for years. we joke a lot. I mean, we really do, because he's from back east, and you're going to know by talking to him. Hey, David. Anyway, he's a jeweler, and it's a great jewelry store. But he'll buy your gold and your silver and your watches, even your coin collections. And here's the deal. He's not going to BS you. He's not going to waste your time. He's going to get right down to it, and he's going to give you a great price. If you don't come to an agreement, nothing lost. But call him or stop by. He's in Denver, the Cherry Creek North shopping area. 3rd and Clayton. He's been there for years, like 40 years. David Ellis, one of my friends, somebody you can trust. And he's at 3rd and Clayton. Here's his number, 303-322-8779, 303-322-8779. That's David Ellis Jewelers. All right, speaking about people I know, George was a young man, and he just expanded with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Himself, a master electrician, then went into the other home services and has done a splendid job. He's taken over Fix It 24/7 and has grown it tremendously. And his deal is this: value. $39 for an expert to your home in plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains to tell you what's wrong no matter how long it takes, and then to give you viable alternatives. And if you choose to have it done, all prices up front and 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you do not have it done, you only pay $39. FixMyHome.com, and that's 720-526-3939.
Imperial Chinese is one of the top restaurants in Denver, serving high-quality food since 1985. They pride themselves on creating mouth-watering dishes such as their signature Peking duck, grilled Colorado rack of lamb, and all-white meat sesame chicken. Imperial always uses fresh produce, no MSG, and they cook each dish to satisfy your taste buds. Imperial offers many vegetarian and gluten-free menu items, and is always adding new seasonal dishes. Come get the best Chinese food in Denver at 431 South Broadway. Call 303-698-2800.
Your business is getting back to business, but things are different than 6 months ago. Does that mean you're just older now?
That guy with the heavy equipment job that was looking for a job. So first, I guess
now he's mad.
He's pretty insulted because he's in the Four Corners, so there's not plentiful jobs out there. I did have a gentleman call and want to hire him, so I passed that phone number along. Anyway, Tom, I just wanted to know that he's in the Four Corners. He was kind of insulted.
Yeah, you were making fun of him.
Listen,
you're right, Mark. You're right, damn it. Well, how dare I do that? God damn, how dare I do that? Mark's right. Go ahead.
He was pretty hurt.
I can imagine if Tom said that shit about me, I'd be hurt.
I can't even finish sentences anymore. You two are terrible.
Discover which plan is best for you. ResearchRaccoon.com. A little gut check for your big ideas.
Michael Brown here. I want to take a minute to talk to you about something that has changed my life. Blue Sky Cbd. You've heard me talk about the relief it's given me with hip pain after rolling, and you've heard how much the Pet Love formula has helped our pet. But what you might not know is that Dr. Eric Dorninger out of Boulder serves as their Director of Research and Development, or that Dr. Adam Gray from
Oh, Salisbury. What the fuck is Salisbury still doing in my thing? He is like so not.
Is their products are created using
I like David. I love him.
He really did slow down, though.
Oh, no, I love him. But why? So he's hardly doing anything, right? Yeah, he's still doing stuff. Really? But why is he like... He's still on referral list. I know, but why is he so slow? Why? Like, tell me, he had some...
I think some personal stuff, and I don't know how old he is, honestly. Yeah, he's just slowing down, man. You know, some people do slow down and travel at some point.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company.
No, what were you saying? You were laughing about something, about a box or something.
Yeah, look what, I love the idea, but man, people that don't want to get the shot, you can't, Biden's looking at signing an executive order that says, and I'm not talking from out of the country, any flights, you're going to have proof you had the, you got to test it.
Pay for what you need.
Tested. I was thinking vaccine right there. It's tested, though.
This week at Staples.
Is it an instant test or what?
I don't know. They're not saying.
With everything you need at an amazing price.
That would stop a lot of people.
Sure.
Yeah, but what happens if it's a swab and you don't have enough? I mean, that's, how do you, How do you get through all
Well,
that?
it's better than nothing. Let's put it that way.
Guaranteed, whether you file on your own or get help from an expert.
Yeah, I don't know why, but when I read it, I was thinking vaccine. It's not vaccine. That's why I thought it was so big. I started thinking, holy shit, these people that don't want it aren't going to be able to fucking travel. It might come to that, man. It might literally come to, if you can't prove you've got the vaccine in some digital wallet or something, you
may as well also you know, like, where does this stop? Like, what about the flu shot?
I always get this flu shot. It's more deadly and a lot, well, okay, whatever.
30 seconds.
If one person has the flu and one has COVID, you're probably worse off having flu than COVID.
You're right.
12 chances a day.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, the worst I ever had, dude, I was out for almost 2 weeks, was that mosquito thing. The fuck's that called? Yeah, I had West Nile, dude. I was so bad I couldn't fucking move. Suzanne was literally sponge bathing me.
Oh my God.
And I like
your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, listen, here's where we stand. I got to call this attorney who claims to be the attorney representing Arlene's grandson in jail, but it's a scam. It's an entire scam. Okay, Arlene, I'm going to let stay on the line while we do this. I think I can do that. So, Arlene, just be quiet while I do this. I'm going to ring this, okay?
Yeah, but do you have the telephone
Yes,
number?
I do.
And his name? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And the $5,000.
Yes, and you can be with me on the phone.
Okay, yeah, because I told him my husband was going to call.
Okay, so this is David. This doesn't show iHeart calling, does it?
They might be looking for her number calling.
Thank you for calling Legal Aid Office. All our representatives are busy handling other cases, so please leave a message and we will gladly get back to you as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Hello, this is Mike. I'm Michael's grandpa, Arlene's husband. I'm calling on case number 229 Alpha 77 Papa. I'm a pilot, so I give those, anyway. So I need to arrange for this money, but I just had a couple questions, and Arlene asked me to talk to you. And if you could call me back, 303-627-8466. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And, okay, Arlene, well, let's see if we can get Michael out of jail.
Yeah, his name is David Miller, the attorney. I really want...
Whoops. Now, Arlene, I hung up on you by mistake.
How long does it take someone to tell you they're a pilot?
Now, 5 minutes. Mark, listen, I have to tell you something. No, that's not the joke. The joke is, how can you tell someone is a pilot? The joke is, they will tell you within 5 minutes. Now, here's the deal. I want to put this off, but if they call back, are they going to get an answering machine and all that? I just forgot about it.
Not right now, they're not.
So you answer that, okay?
I will. I'm leaving a line open.
Okay. And then if they do it in the next hour, we got Marky here to
He gave out the help number.
No, I gave out Martino, 303 Martino. Didn't I?
Oh, yeah,
303-627-8466. That's 303 Martino. So we got to call Arlene back, okay?
You didn't sound like a dupe, though, man.
Bennett, what is your inheritance question, Bennett? Hey, man.
Hey, Tom. I've actually got a couple of questions.
Yeah.
My wife and I pass away, and we're paying less property taxes because of our age.
That's right. That's right.
And my son inherits the home.
Right.
Does he have to notify the tax people?
Yes.
Okay. Second question.
Well, they don't. There's some paperwork to that effect, but if he doesn't, it's fraud.
Right, which we don't want to have.
Yeah.
And secondly, my loan is very low. My advisor is saying not to pay it off, which we can. Our home's worth around $460, $465.
Yeah.
And I'm paying $800 a month.
Okay.
And he's advising just to keep paying the loan.
How much is the loan, the balance?
The balance is $120.
Okay. Listen, here's what happens. When you die, and he keeps making the payments, that's acceptable, except it's due on death and it's due on sale technically. So technically, he'd have to refi.
Bennett, why wouldn't you, and I'm not saying you have to get a reverse mortgage by any means, but why wouldn't you get something like that and go travel the damn world with your wife for the rest of your life?
I mean, but you want to leave your son money, right?
Well, you know, Tom, absolutely. We're happy with what we're doing and the way we're living.
All right, that's fine. Then what you do is just what you said. You should see Blake Harris. That's really what you should do. Let him do a beneficiary's deed, and then he simply refis it. What's the big deal?
Well, that's what I wanted to hear then.
Yeah, you don't have to pay it off. It's easy to refi.
It's pretty cheap.
As soon as he owns it, he can refi it. Okay, Jeanette, go ahead. What's happening, Jeanette?
Yes.
What's happening?
1099 ESG from the Colorado Department of Labor.
Yeah.
Saying that I received the unemployment money,
right,
which I never applied for unemployment. I called the bank.
Oh, it's fraud. So in other words, you're getting a 1099 for someone who committed fraud in your name.
Right, but then the credit card was issued by U.S. Bank. I called them right away and canceled it.
Good.
I also left a message with the Colorado Unemployment Department saying that I never applied for this. But what do I do with this 1099? Gee.
Well, Suzanne?
So an article came out on the news a couple of days ago, Tom. It might have been yesterday. This is running rampant through Colorado, and they've shared a link on the article where if they received a 1099-G and it's not valid, but it's in their name, they go to this link and fill out the form. I can share it with Jeanette.
Yeah.
And then also filing a fraud claim online as well, Jeanette. That's what they need you to do, and I can share those links with you.
But also, Eric also says if anyone ever receives a 1099, it's best to file it with an explanation, no matter what it is. But do what else the government says. We're out of time for this hour. Another hour to go on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Don't forget referralist.com for help, information, and referrals. And you can always call 303-MARTINO. Save all your problems for me.
So many people are eligible for a lower mortgage rate. That means it might not be.
Do you know how much trouble I had wiring some? It was just so unbelievable.
You had to go down, right?
Yeah. Now, when I got there, they say we changed the system because of COVID. Now you can do it by email. So.
@gmail.com. I am sending you those links right now. If you do not get them, Jeanette, check your spam folder. Okay, and I'm putting 1099-G form, unemployment 1099-G form in the subject. Oh, I'll put Martino Show as well. Okay? And then after you do that, after you see that, if you have any other questions, you let me know, okay? All right. You have a really nice day, ma'am. Okay, bye-bye. What?
I want to, like, for the business that I want to start, like, I want to do a bar, like, kind of like a bar, like a small bar with, like, a couple of tables, like, maybe only 10 things on the bar menu, like burgers, cheese fries, that kind of thing. But then you go upstairs, and there's a music studio / like, kind of like,
well, you're telling me about that's cool.
And I was like, I don't even know the logistics of how the fuck I would go about getting information on starting that. Like, would I start it piece by piece? Is there, like, some kind of special combined business licensing that I would have to get? Like, I don't even fucking know.
Mark knows a lot about that. The hardest part's going to be the liquor license. They're thousands. A liquor license is, not to burst your bubble in.
No, but I mean,
but
I know it's going to be
Colorado
hard.
is thousands.
I know it's going to be hard, but something I've always wanted
Yeah, you
like,
should
and
do
I
it.
was like, I do music, but I was like, I also love bartending. I was like, if I would rather fail trying to get something that I want to do off the ground than continue working for people the rest of my life. Because
Very cool, Ann. I love that about you.
I had an employee meeting with like my boss at my other job, and he was like scolding me over I didn't polish the toilets well enough, and I was like, no offense, but I'm a grown ass man. I'm getting too old to be scolded about cleaning fucking toilets.
Yeah.
I need to start my own business. So
And I know Mark knows a lot about starting businesses, but you should start thinking of a clever name. Create an LLC with the state of Colorado online. It's $10.
I just want to make sure I know what I'm doing before I create the LLC, so I'm not just like one of those people sitting there with a fucking LLC. You know, because I have plenty of friends that say they own a business. I'm like, no, you pay for an LLC, then you're doing nothing.
Right.
You don't own a business.
Right. Mark and Tom know a lot, and I know they'd be happy to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out multiple sources. I'm like looking up on Google, I'm like bar, music studio combined, restaurant music.
Cool.
I'm like, has anyone else ever done this?
Denver needs it. It'd be fun. But the liquor license, I think, is going to be the biggest challenge as far as like I think it's not easy to get. It's my understanding.
It's not even easy to get. Damn, that's strange.
It's my understanding, but I mean, look, I've not ever owned a liquor license before, so.
Not ever. I guess I can at least go ask Mark. Maybe he'll have some work to start.
Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name? Hello? Oh, good, Tom. How are you?
Still trying to do something that I would love to do for the rest of my life and work for some asshole that I don't like forever.
Yeah.
So I want to do like a small like kind of bar. I know bars and stuff and restaurants are kind of risky, but I would like to do a small bar, like maybe with like a couple like tables there, maybe like a small bar, real super small. But like there's this place I go to in Alameda called Cleo's. It's a bar with like full tables, a couple tables, everything like that. But right above it is a music studio that I used to go to, and a place where you can also like kind of like a multimedia space where you can go to like film skits with like a green screen, maybe do privatized performances, do a music studio. And I was like, but like they're two separate businesses. I was like, I want to combine that and have like just my one business be like you go downstairs, it's like it's a little bar and grill area, and you go in the back, walk past the bathrooms, go upstairs, it's like the multimedia and music studio area. And like be able to combine that because people would love that. Like because I know that a lot of people, whenever we went to the studio to record, me and everyone else, we would always go back and forth from the studio down to the bar.
Sorry, I'm not to. It's a quick question, Mark. Tom Snow with Comcast needs just one thing of clarification from your email. You said you signed that agreement in November 2019. He says the date is 2018. So could you have been wrong on the 2019 compared to 2018? Because if you're wrong on that, then or if you're right on the 2019, you'll probably need to call him back. He's just on the line right now.
I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure
he's showing 2018.
Does it show 75? Does it show 75 megabytes? Just
does it show 75 megabytes? Yeah.
Yep, that's it. I'm sorry, 18.
2018.
And but okay.
I was just wondering where would I even go for advice to start? Like,
well, I've been looking up, and I'd give you a lot of advice. The biggest problem you're going to have, what you said, is a liquor license.
Yeah, Suzanne was telling me. She said liquor license in Colorado apparently suck ass.
They're pretty hard, man. They do a pretty thorough background check, and I think you got to have. I don't know everything you got to have. You don't have any felonies, right?
No.
As long as you don't have felonies. And you've never had any problems with the liquor board or gambling board, I think you can.
No.
I don't know how. I don't know how they work, but that's one of the hardest parts. But you can buy a place that already has a liquor license and acquire it, as long as you qualify, a lot easier than trying to open a new one up and getting a new liquor license. But that's the biggest thing you're going to face. The rest of it's just capital and getting a loan.
Yeah. And like that's one.
And you're young and you're a minority. If you went through the not Better Business Bureau, if you went through the SBA, you could probably qualify for a government-backed loan, man.
Yeah, because like I just thought about it. And I was like, oh, I love like because like there's a place called Cleo's, like I said, Alameda, where me and there would be like 8 different groups of people recording. Black, white, Mexican people record all music, and we would all meet down in the bar. Like, all right, I'm gonna go record a song while my buddy's recording. We're gonna go down and take a shot, and we're gonna go back upstairs. And
that's cool.
So I was like,
I've never heard of it, and it sounds good.
Yeah, so
it's a good idea. The very first thing is a business plan. You can find templates everywhere in a business plan.
Yeah.
But before you get a loan, they're going to want to see the business plan.
Yeah. I was just wondering. I was like, where would I even go for it? Because I've been looking up on Google. I was like, that hadn't even been done before. Like, I haven't even seen like these bar music studios combined like that.
That's a myth. An estate is worth, let's say, anywhere from $100,000 on up. That's all the liabilities and all the assets. Your net is $100,000 or more. You need protection. That's milehighestatePlanning.com.
It's Ross Kaminsky.
Mornings at 6.
People who participate.
All right, get back on about 10.
So, might have law enforcement after them, but even if they don't, their dating life might be ruined. I'll explain Thursday morning at 9:05 here on 630 K-How.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Your problems. Answer your questions. Take your complaints. Go after the bad guys. You know, we had one today. If you're just joining us, we had one today that was crazy. They sold this lady a car that was totaled by an insurance company. They never told her. They didn't disclose it. Then she gets into an accident, and the car was totaled again. Well, what happens when that happens? Well, the insurance company said, we're not going to give you the value of that car because it's already been salvaged once. It's already been totaled. So she's ending up with a loan of around $7,000 in a vehicle that's totaled that she's only going to get a check for $4,000. So you got to be careful what you buy. Pull a Carfax. It took me 5 minutes using Carfax to figure out that that car was a total loss at one point. Suzanne talked to the dealer, and the dealer once again said, well, I'll help her out. I'll give her a hand, and we'll see what we can do. I sure can't pay the difference. My contention is they're going to end up paying the difference. We're going to hold her hand and help her out, but she needs to get a hold of the dealer licensing board. But that is just an example of what we do. Did you know to date, if you're new to the show, over $200 million in cash merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services directly due to this show? 303 Martino's a number. By the way, that number works on and off the air. Help@troubleshooter.com. You can always get through to us. Regardless of how you contact us, we'll call you back. We'll get you lined up to come on the show. We'll make calls for you. We have some of the best deputies out there. We help with everything. Everything. You name it, we can help with it. You got a bad landlord? Maybe you're a landlord, you got a bad tenant. We can help with everything. We're not a political show. One of the things going on today is the stock market. Jan, I promise I'll come to you in a second. And by the way, 303-713-8255. Any questions you have, I want to hear from you. 303-713-8255. Jan, hold tight. The stock market's crazy today. You've got, I think we're down about 600. I think we're going to see a pretty large correction. But what's very strange are some of the movements on these stocks that are pretty much dinosaurs. For example, GameStop. I'm not going to go over the entire thing today. But mark my words, some stuff is going to change. This is going to change the way day traders think, hedge funds think. There's a lot of stuff going down. I'm not sure what regulations you could possibly put into place, though. How do you tell people not to communicate with each other they're buying stocks? How do you do that? How do you stop me from being on the air right now saying, hey, I bought this stock today? Now, I could never lie about it. That's part of the regulations. I couldn't come on here and say, well, I'm going to buy $10 million worth of so-and-so today. You can't come on and lie, or I did buy it. Or if you're the owner of the company, there's a lot of things you can't do. But as far as telling people, twittering people, posting stuff, I just bought GameStop, and I bought this many shares. Everybody else should, and it'll go up. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not sure there should be anything wrong with that. These hedge fund guys, if you ever tune into CNBC, they come on and tout all the stuff they're doing. I mean, they aren't literally changing, I guess, I don't know how to look at it. I don't see it as any different, I guess is what I'm saying. A bunch of people talking about it on Reddit compared to a CEO or other people talking it on a call, a quarterly call. I just don't see any difference. So I'm not so sure anybody can do anything. I find it pretty cool. I find it very cool. All right, let's go to Jan. Jan, what is going on with you?
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Good, man.
I was just, and I sent some documentation in. I went to Verizon. I got a couple of new phones.
I saw an email here. Hold on, keep talking.
Yep, did the deals. Got two new phones, which they, do 0% interest over 24 months. I did one at 24 months, one at 30 months, and because I added a second line to my line, my monthly service charge went down to $40 a month, and the other line is also $40 a month.
I'm looking at your bill. So what's the issue here?
So the issue is when I looked, there was a fairly significant difference between the bill for each of the lines, and I couldn't understand why there was so much of a difference. Obviously, I'm paying more money on one of the phones, but when I went through, they are applying the surcharges and the taxes and government fees on the monthly payments on the phone plan, which is a 0% interest plan. And at the time of purchase, I paid all the sales tax for the two phones.
Yeah.
So I paid sales tax on the phones, and now I'm going to 0% interest over time for the value of each phone, and now I'm being taxed on that as well.
Yeah, but where? I'm looking at it here. I don't see the sales tax on the phones. What exactly line are you talking about? I'm looking right here. Total, by the way, is this total monthly bill, this almost $300, is that just two lines, two phones?
And it's got a lot of other stuff,
okay.
The activation fees.
Yeah,
all that.
okay,
So
this is one of your first bills. I got you.
Yes.
So where's the sales tax you're talking about?
So at the top of the bill, one of them is $117 and change, and the other one's $181.
I see the 117.
Yeah, and I think if you add those two, it comes out to the total bill. Those totals at the top of the bill are the addition of everything that's in bold below. So if you look at the section that says monthly charges and credits...
I guess what I'm saying, though, because I don't want to bore the hell out of everybody, what I'm saying is where it says taxes and government fees, I mean, you've got like $5 there.
Yeah, but there's surcharges above that as well.
Well, surcharges don't matter. A lot of people don't get this, man. If you actually read the contract you agreed to, whether online or by ordering it or by receiving the phones, that stuff can change all the time. They can constantly change it. So, I mean, surcharges are nothing to do with taxes. It's just, I'll tell you what it is. It's something Comcast, AT&T, Verizon can simply charge you for as much as they want at any time. They could change that tomorrow and charge you more. Now, I'm not sure about, like, the regulatory charge, but other than that, the rest of it, they can charge you whatever they want, man.
Sure. And I'm not saying about, those surcharges, taxes, and government fees. I'm just saying they are the percentages that they calculate, on. They are including the device payment in that calculation.
Okay.
So he pays taxes
and
up
why
front.
Why are they just applying that only? Go ahead, Suzanne.
I was just trying to make it simple. He paid for his phone up front, paid taxes on it. Now he's paying taxes on his bill as well for it. Does that make sense?
First of all, he didn't pay for his phone up front.
Oh, that's what his email says.
You didn't pay cash for your phones. You paid the sales tax on them.
Pardon me.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, I mean, here's the bottom line, man. If you're talking just the sales tax, really the only stuff they have down here is very little, Inglewood, and I don't know if they charge you that to begin with. I mean, it's like $1.92. The rest are just kind of, once again, those fees they just throw in there. Some of them they have to, like the 911 surcharge. Actually, I don't even know, and honestly, I don't know if that 10 cents is required by the state or not. I have no idea what these companies make up and don't make up. But my point is, I mean, did you call them up and say, please explain this to me?
No, I called you first.
Yeah, here's what I'm saying. I mean, if I look at my AT&T bill, especially after we did what you did, we got 3-4 new phones, and I did a trade-in on them. I'm looking at the sales tax. I don't understand why I'm paying sales tax on a double the amount because I'm getting credit for my other ones. Why don't they give me the sales tax credit on the phones that I'm trading in that I get $750 for, but they tax me on the entire $1,200 or $1,300? I have no idea why they do what they do. I honest to God don't, man, and it sucks. But I don't know what to say about it. I mean, how much are you actually disputing? We do have an angel over at Verizon, but anytime we have ever talked about different fees and taxes, it's like some of them they just make up. I swear to God they make up. Administrative charge, $3.90. What the hell is an administrative charge?
It's to prepare the bill or something.
It's stupid, and it's all automated.
But my only question mark was, why are they including the finance payments on the phones in that calculation when they come up with a total bill? I was expecting that they would apply it just on the monthly service of $40.
I don't know,
and
man.
All those extra taxes, fees, and everything.
The answer is
they can actually do that.
The answer is I bet they can. I bet they can do it because they're doing it right here. I mean, think of it this way. Do you think they made a mistake just on yours?
No, of course, no. And I'm not.
You know what, Suzanne? He does bring up a good point. Let's do that. Let's email this off. We've got his bill right here, and let's get an explanation, because what he's saying is when he got the new phones, it doesn't matter the credit part whatsoever. He paid sales tax out of pocket, correct, for the phones?
Correct.
And now they're basically charging him taxes again when they put his monthly payment for the phones down. So in 2 years, if everything he's saying is correct, and looking at this, he would have paid double sales tax. I understand what he's saying, but I don't think it equals the same amount. In other words, if they charged him 8% sales tax on $1,200, that's going to be X amount that he's already paid. And when they credit his bill each month, or when he's paying the $34 towards that phone each month, they're charging it again. My point is they're not charging another 8%. I bet they're only charging another 3 or 4. But regardless, they should clarify why they are charging sales tax twice. Does that make sense to you?
Mostly.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's see what we come back with. I get what you're saying, but every time I talk to any of them, and I don't want to just talk Verizon, my God, I'm telling you, it's like the Wild West. They can do anything they want.
I'm Alec Baldwin. Listen to
Simply Floors come up about 30 seconds. iHeartRadio. It's my channel.
I'll do it back to back.
Artists, policymakers, and performers like Kristen Bell.
I always like to say I like being an actress, but I love being Kristen. So I prioritize that a little bit more than my desire to spread my wings or prove to people that I can be some dramatic actress.
If you like listening as much as I like talking with interesting people, then go to Here's the Thing on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Frank Duran, the real estate man, I'm going to tell you something. I use this guy numerous times, but I want to tell you when we sold our house in Castle Rock, how it went. We lived in Red Hawk. We had a nice home in there, and at the time, I'm going back 5, 6 years, whatever it was. That exact same model everywhere with similar size lots and finished basements. In other words, the same house was selling for about $475, $450, somewhere around there. Frank came in because I hired him, because Tom said, listen, this guy can pull off magic. I knew what I could get to my house for my house because of comps. He came in and actually priced, and I hope Frank doesn't get mad at me, because he knows how to advertise your house. But on top of that, he finds that sweet spot. So he actually advertised it for less than what the other ones were selling for. It created a bidding war. I couldn't believe it. Next thing you know, within about 3 days or over the weekend, I think he listed it on Thursday or Friday. And by the way, he knows when to list it. He told me to wait. I don't remember why, but we waited a while to put it up. But when he listed it, he got all these offers. Some of them were cash. All of a sudden, a bidding war started. And that lower price that was advertised, we now had people offering way more than what everybody else was selling for. That's just one of the secrets Frank Duran can deliver. This man sells more homes in a month, than most people sell in a year. Frank Duran, homes.com. Now, the other one, and my God, I forgot who it is. Get Found Fast? Oh my goodness, I'm losing it today. Simply Floors, they're easy to talk about. You know why? Because we use them as well, just like Frank Duran. Suzanne and I wanted new carpet when we bought our new house in Franktown. They came out, they brought all the samples to us, different kinds of carpet, different colors. They brought us everything. They also have luxury vinyl tile and hardwood and everything else. But we were looking for carpet at that particular time. They measured, they gave us a price on different stuff. We chose it, and they installed it the next week. It was so simple. SimplyFloorsInc.com. You set up the appointment right there. SimplyFloorsInc.com. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
When it comes to your business, there's a lot of things you know.
Who do I have next? I got to bring them up.
If you're looking for an easy and affordable way to get smarter about what your customers are thinking, you need to check out Research Raccoon. Just tell the Research Raccoons whatever your business question is. Maybe it's about a new menu item for a restaurant. Maybe it's finding out what your audience really thinks about your business name. Maybe you don't even know what questions you're supposed to be asking. Let the Research Raccoons know what's on your mind, and they'll poll potential U.S.-based customers that day, giving you clean data you can use to make smarter business decisions for less than you think. No matter the size of your business, Research Raccoon gives you the tools to learn at an affordable price. So discover what your business should be doing and move with confidence with Research Raccoon. Visit ResearchRaccoon.com to learn more and discover which plan is best for you. ResearchRaccoon.com. Fast results with big data.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Squares sweepstakes is back. It's the largest official game of Super Bowl Squares ever, with millions of dollars in prizes, and best of all, it's free to enter. Every score change, someone wins $50,000. Just enter for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com, and it could be you. Touchdowns, field goals, safeties, extra points. Every single score change will draw one lucky winner from the square to win $50,000. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. One way to enter, 2 ways to win. See rules and enter for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Then tune into the Super Bowl on February 7th to see if you bring home some dough. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 55.
No purchase necessary. Legal residence in the U.S. and D.C. of age before S24-2021, 11 p.m. Equal housing lender license. The NFL has its official rules and not offer to sponsor this promotion in any way.
If you want to get your business on the radio and you don't need help from a professional, you really need to check out iHeartAdBuilder.com. Not only is it extremely affordable, online, customizable, and heard by 9 out of 10 Americans every month, it's just so easy. You can even make your own radio ad all from your smartphone, wherever you are. Click, listen, approve, and get your ad on air. Get started today at iHeartAdBuilder.com. That's iHeartAdBuilder.com.
Now, an important note regarding COVID-19 tax relief. Many of us have suffered the effects of COVID-19, personally and financially. Many businesses will close permanently. Believe me, you're not alone if some of your bills have gone unpaid. And especially stressful are the IRS matters, many of them coming to a head after last year's delayed filings. But tax bills are not going away. That's why you need to contact my friends Ron and Jack Larson at LarsonTaxRelief.com. 844-LARSON-TAX. The Larson brothers and their team of experts are specialists in emergency and long-term tax relief. Even if you're unsure of your tax status and problems, they can sort it out and help you with strategies. So you come out of this pandemic in the best possible tax position. Way better than you can do on your own. Call now, LarsonTaxRelief.com, 844-LARSON-TAX, 844-LARSON-TAX. Or LarsonTaxRelief.com. From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
Back in 30. Sunshine is back. The high 40 degrees. The melting process begins. 55 tomorrow, 60 on Friday. I'm Fox 31. Pinpoint weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Looking for an easier way to find your next call center or accounting job? It's time to get to know Express Employment Professionals. Visit ExpressPros.com to find one of more than 830 locations to support any job search. And there's never a fee.
Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
All right, 303-713-8255. We have a couple lines open. 303-713-8255. That is the phone number. Yes, Suzanne, I see you perched.
Just listening, Mark.
Ah, I see. All right, Janet, what is going on with you?
Well, we've had problems with leaf filter. We had their gutter guards put in, and now we have a lot of frozen snow
and it's just all melting all over everything, and it's a real problem. And I also went to Google on my phone, and I found that a lot of people are having the same problem. So now what do I do?
Janet, we have got more calls over Leaf Fitter in probably the last year, maybe even less than that. I would say maybe since February. I'd have to go back and look at our records. But we have received more calls on that particular guard than all the other ones ever put together. It is amazing. In my humble opinion, it is a horrible, horrible product for Colorado. We have had our experts on, like Jay Bretz with Excel Roofing. The problem is exactly what you said. It basically creates ice damming, and there's nothing you can do about it except for this. They're not going to do anything for you. We have reached out to them numerous times. In fact, I think Deputy Doc, hold on, he's on for another reason, but I think he's dealt with them. Hold on, let me see if we ever came anywhere with these guys. Hey, Deputy Doc, have you dealt with these guys at Leaf Filter or whatever the hell they're called? I'm looking it up.
I have not.
Who was it? Was it Marty?
I don't remember within the last 6 months us having a Leaf Fitter call.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding? We've had more. We've had one in the past 3 weeks. Hold on here.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, you know who writes all these down is Dan. Suzanne, see if we can't get Dan up. Doc, hold on, though. I'm going to come back to you because I know you're on for a different reason. But here's kind of the bottom line. They suck, but here's how you can fix it. But it's going to cost you some money out of pocket. And I don't mind. I got to figure out who's been working on all these, Janet. And I don't mind putting you down on the list. But I'm telling you, probably 15 calls, maybe even 20 calls in the last short amount of time on these guys. And it's always them. And here's the deal with it. If you put, and a lot of this is coming from Jay Bretz, heat tape helps. If you put up that heat wire and you kind of zigzag it, that's what we have on our house, it'll actually melt that snow and keep the water flowing so it doesn't ice dam. Some of the problems we had are much worse than yours. I assume when your snow's melting because it's up there, it's causing like an ice skating rink below, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's dangerous. And on the other part, some of it, if it ice dams really bad on the roof, it'll actually come in through the house and it'll start saturating the drywall. That's where it gets really expensive. So one of the things you can do...
We're having issues with it going into the foundation.
Oh, my God, it can, and it can cause problems down there. You really should get some heat tape up. But everything we have attempted to do with those guys, nothing. But you find those really bad areas, you can call Excel Roofing. They're on a referral list. These guys sell it all. But there might be certain areas on your house you want to remove. You want to actually remove that product. Hold on, here's Deputy Dan. Let me ask him real quick. Hold on, let me lock you in. Hey, Dan, let me ask you, how many problems have we had with these clowns in the last year? I'm guessing 15 or 20, easy.
Right, and it's just not Leaf Filter or Gutter Guard, whatever. It's all of them and stuff in Colorado.
Yeah, but the biggest one by far is that Leaf Filter.
That's a bad one because the water, the ice just cannot go down into it.
And we have called on some of these, and basically they just say it's not their fault. There's nothing they can do. I think on one of the calls they agreed to pay for, they said, we'll come out, we'll charge you for the heat tape or the heat, whatever they want to call it, but you got to pay for labor. But then we checked with Jay Bretz. They were actually charging more than what he would do for the entire job.
Right, and that's the only way to solve it.
It's crazy. I'm going to their website right now. In fact, I want to make sure. Yep, that's them. America's #1 rated gutter guard. Not for Colorado. You know, if you live in Arizona or somewhere, maybe it is great, but it's not great here.
Right.
It's a horrible product for Colorado, and they don't do anything.
Absolutely.
I think what Jay came up with, the best way to go is heat. If you really got ice damming problem, heat tape with 5-inch gutters.
Yeah, well, shit, that would be doing everything. But you're right if you're doing it from scratch or 6-inch gutters. But, I mean, that's it, Janet. I mean, we'll get your name. Suzanne will take it. But, honestly, anybody listening out there, if you live in Colorado, don't buy the leaf filter product. Simply don't buy it. It doesn't work here in the winter. And they should tell you that. They've had enough complaints now to where they should modify it, or in certain areas where you're prone to ice damming, they shouldn't install it. There's something wrong with them, and honestly, I think they should do something. Their warranty makes it sound like they'll do something, but if you dig into it, they don't do crap. I don't like leaf filter.
Right.
Who did you deal with?
You know
what? Maybe,
really
hold on, Janet, I got an idea. Who did you actually buy it from? Who came out and installed it? Do you have their phone number?
They just said leaf filter, and my contract says leaf filter on it.
So all you did was call an 800 number, then someone came out and installed it, right?
Right.
See, this is what sucks, because I'll tell you what, all they do, which every roofer out there does, they hire a company, subcontractors, to come out. So it's really not the subcontractor's fault. They're getting paid by somebody else. This truly is, in my opinion, a leaf filter issue, and in my opinion, they're ripping the hell out of us in Colorado. Once again, I'm not saying it's a bad product where there's no snow, but that's not Colorado. I would get that heat tape.
What really blew me away was we went through the Better Business Bureau and made a complaint.
Yeah.
And they actually sided with leaf filter.
Well, all they do is got to answer. To side with them means they say, yup, that's all it means. It means nothing. Do you realize right now, listen to this, folks, I'm sick of hearing of the BBB, and I'm going to give you a great example. Go to Google right now and type in Don Eiley and Associates BBB. Don Eiley, I-L-E-Y, and Associates, BBB. You're going to find a guy with an A-plus rating that is in federal prison for 12 years for stealing over $10 million.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver.
Now,
how long's All Pro?
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, I-25 flowing freely in both directions on your drive through the metro area. I-70 checking problem-free through town. There is an accident in Lafayette on southbound Highway 287, just before the Northwest Parkway toll road in the late stages of cleanup. Overall, though, a pretty quiet drive. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, plenty of sunshine this afternoon, a high right around 40. We'll drop down into the single digits overnight tonight. And then tomorrow for your Thursday, mostly sunny and warmer with a high in the mid-50s. And then on Friday, mostly sunny and 60. It's 33 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Looking for an easier way to find your next call center or accounting job? It's time to get to know Express Employment Professionals.
All right, this number I want you to write down, because when you need it, you're going to want it, and it could be hard to find, because these are the guys you call if there's a fire in your house and you need some kind of restoration or a flood. These are guys you call when you're in big, big trouble. A big water pipe breaks and all of a sudden your kitchen's flooding, or a fire happens and a part of your house burned down. These are the guys you call. It's all pro restoration, and I got to tell you something. There are so many ripoffs in this field right here, in this space. We get so many calls. You need the right people. You need people that can deal directly with your insurance company and make sure you're not going to have to come in out of pocket. These guys are professionals. The owners are Jessica and Jonathan, and they're great people. They're on our referral list, of course, at referrallist.com. But write this number down. This is the one you put in your phone now, and if there's a flood, fire, something going on in your house, you call them, and you're going to be taken care of. 720-729-0002. 720-729-0002. And if you didn't write it down, you can always find them at referrallist.com. Now, speaking of companies I deal with all the time, listen to this one. Century RV. We bought a very nice RV from them. I shopped in New York. I shopped in Texas. I shopped in California. I looked all over. There's some places out there that got more RVs than you could ever imagine. You know, Century has more inventory than anybody in Colorado, but there's places in Texas that got a lot more. But guess what? If you want the best price, you're already right here. CenturyRV.com. You can go there. You can check out their inventory. They've got great financing. It's time to get that RV. With COVID and everything going on, take your family on an RV trip. Suzanne and I love it. We use it all the time. We go up to Breckenridge. We go to Las Vegas. We go everywhere in ours. CenturyRV.com.
Well, it's the start of a new year, and if you're a timeshare owner, you probably just paid your annual maintenance fees. But if you're feeling stuck in your unwanted timeshare, it's not too late to get out, even if you've already paid those fees. This month only, get a maintenance fee credit with Timeshare Termination Team. So for those timeshare owners who have already paid your maintenance fees for this year, it's not too late. Get started with Timeshare Termination Team this month, and they will apply what you paid for this year's maintenance fee toward the cost of our services. Timeshare Termination Team will get you out of your timeshare legally and permanently, guaranteed in writing. So if you're ready to finally be free from your timeshare burden, give them a call. Tell them Ross Kaminsky sent you and receive a maintenance fee credit this month only. So call 303-766-2255. That's 303-766-2255, or visit Timeshare Termination.
Any space that I buy probably won't be ready to be set up, or it'll probably be just such a pain in the ass to try to convert an upstairs space into a studio and make it transitional to restaurant space and all of those stuff. Like, one thing I have been thinking about, though, I saw there's a couple of guys on YouTube that I've been saying what they do is they get like a bunch of tiny houses. They buy property, get a bunch of tiny houses, put them all together, and basically the way they basically make them connectable. Basically make them into a bigger building. I was like, I could make the restaurant itself out of maybe 2 or 3 tiny houses beside each other, and then the studio on top of that 2 tiny houses, and then just build a studio and build a staircase between the 2.
Yeah.
And there's this one company that 3D prints.
I was just going to mention that. I just saw that on the news.
They 3D print tiny houses, and
it's amazingly cheap. I was blown away. I was showing Mark that. I was like, they're printing houses.
It's stupidly
cheap. Oh my gosh.
I forgot how much it is.
It's like, well, I guess if you could print a gun or, print, whatever,
it's
why
like
not a house?
Circular 3D concrete house. I forgot how much they are. I was like, 3D printed concrete houses are super cheap.
It's crazy.
3D printed house. Let's see how much it is.
Oh, line 1 hung up. And she was pissy. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, the prototype for a typical 3D printed house is $10,000.
That's crazy.
I was like,
but they're only in California right now, aren't they? Are they in Colorado?
I don't know.
That might be a little hang up. But I'll tell you, if they're not in Colorado, they will be.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah, I was kind of fascinated by that.
I was like, if you could 3D print that mess, you could pay maybe $100,000 and have them 3D print an entire nice ass. You just had them 3D print multiple tiny houses and everything. So I was I'm thinking of multiple ways I get this done, but like I said, I would much rather try to do something and fail at it than to work for people for the rest of my life. I literally was sitting at employee meeting and I was like, am I seriously being talked to like a child over a fucking toilet?
Is that at your restaurant place?
Yeah. I was like, oh, a fucking toilet? I was like, I'm supposed to be a manager up here? I was like, this is bullshit. I hate this. And I was like, I hate this. I was like, and also, I like it up here, but I hate the fact that at the fucking drop of a hat, Tim Smith just yanks my hours away from me.
Yeah, that sucks.
And I'm like, I need to get my own place.
Mark never liked working for anyone else. Never. Even we were in business with his dad. I mean, he just never.
All right,
was
Mark,
not his
back
jam.
Yeah, but I also realized I also just have a problem with because restaurants, people just suck at I'm like, why is everywhere you go your manager is a dick or your manager is just socially inept? They don't know how to.
All right, 303-713-8255.
Deputy Doc, hang tight. I do want to talk to you for sure. 303-713-8255. John, what's going on with you?
Did you say John?
Yes, I did say John. How are you, man?
Hello?
Yes, John.
Okay. Hey, good. So listen, I am trying to figure out the limitations and the penalties and so on of claiming Social Security for my wife this year, and it's got me confused. And I don't know.
You mean disability? What are we talking about?
Have an standard Social Security.
How old is she?
She's going to be 65.
Okay.
She's going to be 65 in August.
Okay, so she can qualify. So what are your questions?
Well, there are income limits.
Yeah.
Unless you've reached FRA, which she won't reach until she's 66 in 4 months.
Okay.
So I've been over their website.
Out of curiosity, why would she want to take it at 65 if she's making a lot? Why not wait and get more?
She wants to retire.
I'm sorry, say that again?
She wants to retire.
Okay.
She wants to stop working.
Okay, so you're saying her pension's really high, or I guess what I'm not understanding is what makes for the high income then?
Well, if you are below FRA, full retirement age,
yes,
then you have income limits while taking Social Security. And if you're under full retirement age, your income limit is $18,000 a year if you're not at full retirement age.
I got you. I'm actually looking here. I thought it was 65, but I get it. If you're born between 43 and 54, your full retirement age is 66.
Yeah, and she's older than that. So her full retirement age is actually 66 in 4 months.
Yep, 66 in 2 months, but whatever it is. This says 2 months, but who cares? Keep going.
So anyhow, you can still claim Social Security, but if you earn more than 18, actually, they penalize you.
Got it.
For based on a formula on how much you make over that.
We can get Eric or one of our accountants on, but what's your question? I mean, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but you just got to make a decision if it's worth it or not. Is that really your question? Should I get an expert on?
That's what I'm.
Let's do that.
Yes, because I am.
Yeah, I got
not
you.
Understanding.
I got you. Hold on. Let's get Eric on. Maybe Mallory if Eric's not available, but let's get someone on for this guy. Hold tight, man. 303-713-8255. Deputy Doc, what's going on, man? It says you've got a question on the stock market.
Well, yeah, you were talking about the stocks. You remember what Willie Sutton said about the banks when people asked him why he robbed the banks? And he said that's where the money is?
Yeah.
Well, it seems to me that these Reddit people are doing a Robin Hood kind of deal.
Yeah, they are.
Taking from these what they consider to be these rich capitalistic hedge funds and distributing it. It's sort of a redistribution of income.
Well, it is, but I assure you, the main goal is to make money. I don't think they could care less who they're getting it from. They're targeting companies that have big shorts. They're targeting companies that most likely are going to fail soon, and people are betting on that. If it wasn't for that part of it, they wouldn't be involved in this.
No, but I think they're out to get the hedge funds, and
the ones that are shorting stocks. Yes.
Right. So I think there's some political ideology involved with the money making. That's because for every dollar that somebody loses, somebody makes $1.
Yeah.
So it's a zero-sum game, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it's very political. I think the primary reason is there's a lot of people. I don't have whatever the Reddit, the subreddit or whatever the page is called, but there's a lot of people that go there that sit at home and day trade, and they've kind of figured out how to do certain things, and it all came together, and it's working very well. I mean, it truly is working very well, but eventually.
I agree with you.
But eventually, Doc, the people that could hold out on those short positions, and not many people could. Not many people could get into a short squeeze where the stock goes up like 15,000% or whatever it is. Most people are going to get called out by their brokerage going, hey, time to rebuy those shares. So most people would never survive this, but some people did. And eventually, eventually the stock has to come back down to reality, so that would just even everything out. But yeah, man, a lot of hedge funds took it in the shorts. But I know what you're saying, and it's possible, but I really do think the primary part was making money, and they become easy targets because a lot of them talk about their short positions all the time. Some of them have to file different things when they take a massive short position, so they become targets for that reason.
Yeah, I think we're both saying the same thing. You're right. I just want to say one thing about, if anybody's listening, about these grandparent scams.
Yeah.
They always have a broken nose, because that way, when people say,
they sound different.
Sound like my grandson, they always have a broken nose.
How are you doing, by the way? You had a horrible bout with COVID. You were in the hospital for a while. You sound great now. Are you still on the O2?
I'm still on a low-dose O2, and on February 4th, I'm going to National Jewish for a battery of 6 different tests.
Wow.
That will tell me what my status is and what the prognosis is. So after February 4th, I'll give you guys an update.
Yeah, I'm dying. You've got to be bored, huh, man? You were out playing golf every day. You can't play golf now, or can you?
Well, no, I can't do anything until the 4th.
Yeah, I
but
got you.
Between you and my AARP thing, I'm keeping busy.
Yeah, you are. I love it, man. You're doing a great job for us. It's incredible, Doc.
Yeah, you guys are stiffing me and Marty today. We haven't had anything to do.
Yeah, Marty's got one, but yeah, you're right. If I get something, I'll send it over to you next. Thanks, Doc. 303-713-8255. Let's take a break. Eric, hold tight. Suzanne, can we get Eric on, or did we try?
Working on it.
All right, hold tight.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
From the Bedford Sports Traffic Center, I-25 moving at or near posted speed, both northbound and southbound on your drive through the metro area. I-70 flowing freely through town. Off-freeway, there is an accident in Urbana at 58th and Ward in the late stages of cleanup. Overall, though, a nice, quiet drive. Shouldn't have any problem getting where you're headed. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Plenty of sunshine this afternoon. A high at around 40. We'll drop down into the single digits overnight tonight. Mostly sunny tomorrow for your Thursday, and warmer with a high in the mid-50s. Mostly sunny and 60 on Friday. It's 33 right now in Denver. With your info and weather, I'm Janine Rose, 630 KHOW.
Looking for an easier way to find your next call center or accounting job? It's time to get to know Express Employment Professionals. Visit ExpressPros.com to find one of more than 830 locations to support any job search. And there's never a fee.
You know, we've all been there. If you've owned a house for a long time or a car, we've been there. And here's what I mean. You call up someone to come out because your furnace is making some noise or your air condition isn't cooling enough. And what do they tell you? Oh, that's 10, 12 years old. You need a new unit. And they hit you with like a $10,000 estimate, sometimes even more. In fact, a lot of times even more. You know, the guys at 888 Heating, I sat down with the owner, Garrett. We had a long conversation. He says, what makes me different, Mark, is this. We give the customer options. We know we can fix almost everything. We're not going to try to strong-arm them or jam a new system down their throat. We're going to give them the options. If it needs a new blower motor, it's going to be this much money. We'll tell them. We'll give them a good, honest, fair price, and we'll fix it if that's what they want, hoping that when they do need a new furnace, because it's not worth it, they'll give us a call back. But they always give you the options. And if you do want a new unit, what I love about these guys, they have economical units. Maybe you have a fix and flip, or maybe you have a rental. You just want to get an 80% efficiency in there. These guys have it, and they've got very, very low monthly payments. I mean, you can get into a furnace for like $50 a month in some circumstances. The other thing these guys do, if you want that high efficiency unit and save money and get all the rebates from Excel, they have that stuff too. Choices, choices, choices. 888heating.com, 888heating.com. Now, here's what 888heating.com needs to do, and I'm going to tell Garrett this. He needs to call up Get Found Fast. Why? Because if someone typed in there, great price on furnace Denver, 888 Heating wants to come up. That's what the guys at Get Found Fast specialize in. We use them for referral lists. We also use them for our Facebook and YouTube. They're great guys. They know what to do. And they'll give you a free analysis that includes a lot of stuff like,
is your site mobile friendly? They'll let you know. Are your keywords coming up where they should be? Where do you compare to the competition? How many people go to your website? They will give you all that information for free. Then they'll explain what they do. Please get the free analysis. You're not going to be unhappy because the free information is gold. GetFoundFast.com. I know those were long.
Both guys have the same question, but Mallory's office has never wanted to come on. I was just going to put Mallory on speaker and see if he'll do it. You want to talk to?
We don't even have time.
That's what I was afraid of. I told both guys, if they hang on, I'll schedule them for tomorrow, the next day with an expert to kind of powwow about that.
Perfect.
So before you reopen your store, reach out to your customers or introduce yourself to a new audience. Talk to Research Raccoon and get data you can use for less than you think. Visit ResearchRaccoon.com to learn more and discover which plan is best for you. ResearchRaccoon.com, a little gut check for your big ideas. Need a good laugh? Then stop everything.
The funniest new podcast of the year. I'm talking about This Is Important, the podcast featuring the comic geniuses from the hit TV show Workaholics. Here, Adam Devine, Anders Holm, Blake Anderson, and Kyle Newacek probe today's most important topics, like cuisine.
Are you eating sushi
I will
off
probably
of people?
get it, yes.
You can't do that right now.
They're sanitized.
This is hard-hitting stuff. This is important. Listen to This Is Important on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and rates are still at record lows, but you don't want to play the waiting game because you're likely to get burned. Call Ideal Home Loans today where you can take advantage of our interest rate guarantee and cash in on some of the lowest interest rates we've ever seen. Call us today at 303-867-7000 to talk to one of our salary-based lending specialists or online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal Opportunity Lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
It's totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor today. You may be able to save on Linzess and make fewer trips to the pharmacy. See if you're eligible to pay as little as $30 for 90 days. Visit linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Denver's talk station has your shot to win $1,000.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
You got 12 chances a day, every weekday. Listen at 5 past the hour for the 12K a day giveaway.
All right!
Sponsored by Guy Reese on 630 KHOW.
Brighten your home and save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Guy Reese loyalty program. Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Guy Reese, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
All right, so Sunday, Suzanne, get those calls up there. Get the phone numbers. We'll get Eric on, and we'll get back to him tomorrow. But Sunday, so this last Sunday, my kid comes to me. He's 20 years old. You know, he works his ass off at Walmart. He works 60 hours plus a week. He's a supervisor up there. He runs fresh food or whatever it is. And seriously, he's been there 5 years since he was 16 years old, works his ass off, makes really good money, surprisingly. He's got a 401k, he's got great benefits, Walmart's been really good to him, and they pay for his college education, which saves me a ton of money, unlike the other kid that I'm paying for. But here's the deal. Listen to this. He comes to me on Sunday and says, "Hey, Dad, GameStop, what do you think?" He's got a trading account with some decent money in there. And he goes, it's like $95 right now. Remember, this is Sunday. You can't trade it. And I said, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. And I said, you know why? I said, the damn stock's like Blockbuster. It's going to go down. I didn't quite realize what was going on at the time. And even if I did, I still would have said I'm not going to touch that when it came to Sunday. So Monday morning comes and he buys some of it. He buys it under $100. Under $100. Now, he didn't have a ton of money without liquidating some other assets in the account. So he bought some. And guess what? He sold it, I think, at about $1.20, $1.30, and probably because I kept telling him, get the hell out before it was going to crash. Now that damn stock is like $325. So I'm hearing this, of course, for the last 2 days. I got to triple my money if I didn't listen to you.
You're wrong, Dad. You're wrong.
You're wrong. You're so wrong. It's GameStop, blah, 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 blah. And he knows he downloads his games when he plays. He knows it's not a winner, but he's on this stupid Reddit thing. So then he tells me this morning, look at Nokia. So I said, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I looked, and he literally had an order in. When I log in, I can see his orders. So I switch over to his account, and I'm looking at it, and he's got an order in to buy Nokia a little under $5. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. So I switched back to my account, and I don't mind sharing. I bought about $25,000 in one account of it at about $4.90-something cents. I don't remember it. Some were at 91, some at 96, whatever. But it filled. That stock was over $7 today. I'm staring at it right now. I'm up about 40%. When do I sell it? Because Nokia is not that great of a stock right now. I think it's a great $5 stock, but I know it's not a $6.50, $7 stock. So now, for the first time since I've been trading, I'm scratching my head. Do I take profit today on it? It's a nice profit in one day. Do I hold it and sell it tomorrow? Is it going to pull a GameStop? And what I mean by that is it going to go up 1,500%? Not 40? I think I'm going to ride it out. I think I'm going to actually ride this damn stock out and see what it does. This is an amazing time for us. If you have a little money, I suggest you open up an Ameritrade account or something. You can buy one share now and they don't charge you anything. You realize this? Almost every brokerage house charges you nothing. You put your money in there, you can buy one share if you want. Go play with it. Go play with it. I'm not saying blow your money. I'm saying be careful. You don't put your 401k in there, but put a few bucks in there. I mean, my God, this is an incredible time. All right, Michael Brown coming up. I can't wait to hear what he's got to say. My name's Mark Major, and on behalf of Tom Martino, Suzanne, Deputy Dan, Deputy Doc, and Smarty Marty, we'll see you here tomorrow on the Troubleshooter Network.
It's all right, I'm there just right. Been watching this GameStop thing?
Oh my God, man! My kid was bragging about it Sunday.